All right, there we go. Here we are. Here we are. We should be live and direct. What's good, party people? My main man, Corey Lee in the building. What's good, Lee? All right,
We
we
here.
live and direct. We should be live and direct. Yeah, man. Should be good.
Apologize.
Go.
Yes, sir. I apologize about that, good people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We rocking. We rocking, man. We got um. Let me see. I'm adding some as I went. Every time I do this on the fly, I have to kind of do it on the fly. You know what I'm saying?
That's all good.
So let me save that in here. It's always a bunch of stuff that I got to do, like customize some stuff before the show starts, like
Hmm.
the playlist, edit to the Knicks at Night podcast playlist, and check the right boxes. Make sure that we be straight, right? All
Hmm.
right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Bim. There we go. There we go. Mega's in the building. Illmatic is in the building. Robert
Hmm.
Paul's in the building. Kerry Cox is in the building. Boulevard, JJ, y'all, we back, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was with the tech. I'm gonna let it rest for a little while. I ain't even gonna sweat it. I'll just probably do that there in the morning. Oh, ain't no, yeah, I can't do it in the morning. Got appointments in the morning, but tomorrow night we'll do it, or tomorrow we'll do it.
Call back and crazy. Oh wow.
Yeah, the Cavs. Yeah, yeah, man. They out here wilding out.
Hmm.
They out here wilding out. But real quick, man, I did want to talk to you about um did want to talk to you about the Cavs and the Knicks again. Just I don't want to beat the dead horse. I don't want to talk about the same stuff over and over and over again. But I
Hmm.
do want to talk about this though. I do want to talk about this with you. How much does home court advantage play in a playoff series? Chat, how much does home court advantage matter in a playoff series?
Now, seeing as though I'm a seasoned fan, been watching this game for too many years, I would say the younger me would say it mattered, but
Right.
the older me, which has been watching this game for a minute, says it really doesn't matter because it's how bad you want to win at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know, you going sometimes you need to go in somebody else's house and make it your own home.
Right. Right. I,
You
I'm
got you.
I'm gonna say, man, it means everything to us, to the Knicks, to the Knicks fan base. Stuff like this mean everything to us. I think. Like
Mm.
if this was our second or third time in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, it really don't matter. You done been here, act like you've been here before, and blah blah blah. But this time, man, I'm thinking, man, I think it matter. I think it matter. I think it matters to us. I
I'm
think
a,
it matters to us. I think we need that battery in our back.
uh, I think we already have that battery in our back. His name is Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
I think I think that young man in itself is gonna be like, you know, at least for the first two games, ride me, and I'm gonna carry us back home. And I believe Juju's gonna do the rest from that point on.
Right.
I
Right.
want to believe that.
I'm gonna say, man, if you like for instance, if you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, you get tired of people disrespecting you, everybody overlooking you. You know what I'm saying? If you Cleveland, you like, yo, we won 50 games. This is our second year in a row. We done made the playoffs. We got an all-star backcourt, and Cat still sleeping on us like we silly Posturepedic. I think they crowd gonna be crazy, right?
I believe, I believe so too. But doesn't
Right.
mean, but that doesn't mean we can't go in and beat them either.
No. But listen, I'm not saying that from a Knicks point of view. You remember I said so from how much does a home court matter?
Yes, sir.
I think Cleveland fans gonna be legit lit. My cousin Rico gonna be downtown. You know what I'm saying? Talk about his Cavs. I got a cousin named Rico. Everybody got a cousin named Rico, right? But you know what I'm saying? He been telling me for years. Every time Cleveland do good, he texts me.
See, what folks don't know though is Boulevard's middle name is Rico. But yeah, I agree with you.
Right. Right. He might be my cousin. But yeah. But I'm saying I think home court in the playoffs matter, and that these teams that feel like they've been disrespected, they step their game up, bro. Ain't
hmm
nothing like feeling like you the underdog in a joint. You feel me? Like ain't nothing like feeling like cats disrespected you and you done came a long way. Maybe your team was in a lottery forever and you finally get to like the mountaintop and cats be like, oh yeah, they're gonna lose to the lower seed. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
hmm
imagine, think about this. Think about if we was the fourth seed and the Cavs was the fifth seed, and cats would be like, nah, Cleveland gonna watch them boys. You're like, how you just gonna pick them over us? And we don't win all these games. We the highest seed. We earned it.
hmm But then also too, but that's how we got washed 2 years ago.
Right. Right.
See, I mean, not to discredit none of these small market teams, but nothing makes them feel better than knocking off a team from the big city who has a
Right.
bigger fan base. You
Right.
know,
Right. 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 Now, yeah. What I'm saying is I think home court advantage matters in that not that it's not unilaterally right,
hmm
but specifically
hmm
right. Game three for us matters because the Garden is gonna be lit, bro.
man, I could
Bully,
see it.
Bully in the city, right? Bully is in the city. I'm telling you, Bully gonna be in the city, right? The city is gonna have a buzz, bro.
What?
If you in the city right now, and you know game three coming,
hmm
the date of game three, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
hmm Garden packed, standing room only.
Right, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. All
I'm talking
around
about
the
cheek to
city.
cheek, cheek to cheek. People gonna be standing outside the Madison Square Garden like it's gonna be like that inside of it. I mean, they're
Right.
gonna be inside the train station trying to watch the game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So in my mind, home court advantage, like home games matter. Home court advantage matters because what if this thing comes down to game seven? What if this thing comes? I think hey, Almighty Finesse asked what day is that game three? I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I'll
Mm.
have to look it up. But what I will say, what I was Adam is in the building. Adam, what's good, man?
What's up, baby?
Let me put this thing in here for Anna because I don't know if I sent it. We changed a couple of times, had a little tech difficulty. Let me do that. But yeah.
hmm
If you, Lee, I ain't gonna lie. If this thing is a hard fought 7-game series and that game go back to Cleveland, I promise you, Cleveland is gonna be on fire. Cleveland gonna be lit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Cleveland gonna be
yeah,
lit. Adam,
yeah.
what's good, boss?
What's good, y'all?
Get that energy up. You sound like you sleep.
For real,
Get
bro.
that energy
No,
up. You better do some jumping jacks or something.
I sound disappointed.
Yeah. Man, you sound disappointed. Is it Knicks related?
No,
No,
it
some other
has to do
stuff.
with the Lakers and the Hawks related.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Cormega said Adam is in the building. Y'all better tuck y'all jury away. Y'all better slide that watch up your arm.
hmm
Y'all better put a trucker chain on that wallet.
You don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all better do something.
Oh boy, here we go.
Y'all better take them earrings out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah,
Why?
man.
So I mean, never mind. Yeah, yeah. Why is your energy low? Because of the Hawks and the Lakers, bro. Quick question, Adam.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Adam might have disappeared.
Did you not hear the question?
no,
Why is your energy low, bro? Because of those two games. I'm just trying to figure out.
because there's certain teams that you don't want to see in the playoffs, and when those two teams advance into from the play-in into the playoffs, it's just you get annoyed.
Okay.
All right.
You get annoyed
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
because that could be a problem for the Knicks if the Knicks make it far in this playoffs,
Uh,
especially
bro,
especially the
please check off.
Hawks.
Bro, please check off that pessimism and just you got to believe in the Knicks.
Hey, I already said, I don't believe this Knicks team can get past the first round.
Man, I hope. You know
Not
what?
with not with this roster.
Hey, man, I swear I got a bottle of Texas Pete for you. Man. You've been eating crow all year long. Ain't you tired of it? You done had crow food, etouffee. You done had crow fried. You done had crow baked, broiled, barbecue. Come on, man. When are you gonna actually believe in your Nick team? I'm serious.
Adam, they're calling you a Cavs fan.
Yeah, I see what they're saying in the chat. They can say
Yeah,
whatever they want.
I'm gonna say this. I think the home court advantage piece of it is 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 I understand what Lee is saying. Basically, what I get from it, what Corey Lee is saying is if you're good, you're good. You can win home or away, right? But what I'm getting from it is that these 7 games are each all different games. Like
Facts.
each game is gonna be its own chess match. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you. What you just
Yeah,
said.
yeah. For us to sweep Cleveland, I think that I could see a road where that's happening. I don't think it's likely to happen. Right.
Hmm.
Right. I could see a road where it happens, but I can't see. I don't know if it happens. Right.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I
was
could see a road where Cleveland dominates the Knicks in the playoffs too. I don't think it's likely to happen. Right. I don't think it's likely to happen.
hmm.
You feel me? But
Yes, sir.
at the same time, it's a lot of different scenarios. I think these games come down to one game at a time.
Yes, sir. I agree. One game at a time.
One
But
game
we
at a
have to
time.
handle each one of them accordingly, and we need to have the mindset to be able to win. Play through whatever comes our way. Just like we were saying, you know, Anthony Edwards has to find his own way.
Yeah, he
It,
looked bad. He young player struggling to play in already.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so remember how they chewed up RJ Barrett. Just what I'm saying. Matter of fact, not even let's skip RJ Barrett. They chewed up Julius Randle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago. When I say, man, they gave that man the business and he came back the next year. And then, unfortunately he had a rough year
Right.
due to a lot of things.
Right.
It just compounded a lot of things. And then I heard somebody say something today, a young lady, you know, who has, who's in the news world, and she said that, and I didn't really not get this until she said this.
Who?
Julius Randle's a perfectionist, so that's why he's that type of guy. That's why he has that type of attitude to where he can't fail.
I just think he want to win.
That's the point I'm getting at.
I
He
think
wants
he
to
want to
win
win.
so bad. He wants to win so bad, and he works so hard to master his craft.
Bro, you see that dude at 260 pounds? You see what kind of shape he in?
Boy, man, he looks like an NFL defensive end
Right.
ready to destroy any quarterback in front of him.
Right. 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 Well, I got what's the name said he was coming. Dre said he was coming through. But
You sent him new link?
yeah, he got it.
Mm.
JJ says Grimes is the X factor. What I'm gonna say is I understand that defense travels. I understand that defense travels, right? But what I want to say ultimately is um each game at each opponent's home is gonna be bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just imagine, Comega, just imagine somehow we just got tickets to um game 6 in the Garden. Bro, can you imagine what the Garden is like in game 6? Bruh. The atmosphere? Come on.
Crazy.
Hey, Freezie and Corey, are y'all too happy to see the Hawks and the Lakers moving forward into the playoffs? Or y'all were rooting for the other team?
I wasn't rooting for anything. I root for the Knicks. You know,
It- right.
No,
to be honest with
I
you,
know you're rooting for the Knicks, but you would have to choose who would you want the Knicks to face deep in the playoffs if they get there.
The
You
Lakers.
don't no not
yeah,
the Lakers.
exactly.
No.
Now,
You don't want them to face
Adam,
the Lakers.
you're not gonna ask me a question and tell me how to answer it.
You
I'm a
want to
grown up.
see the Knicks play the Lakers? Really?
Yes. Yep.
Because you know why? You know why? Hold on a second,
No, no,
Adam.
no, no, don't tell him, Lee. Don't tell him. Don't tell him, Lee.
Wow.
You don't have to tell, no, don't tell him. I got it. I can answer my own.
That's
I
going to
got
be
it.
a very short series for the Knicks if that's what you want to see.
What, the Lakers? Knicks and Lakers?
Yeah, the Lakers can easily blow the Knicks out of the playoffs.
Man, I'm
Right.
done with you.
Easily.
I'm done with you.
Right.
Easily.
Right. I would prefer chat. Chat. Y'all want to tell Adam why I would like to see the Lakers in the playoffs? I want the chat to do it. Cause I can say so, right? Hey, JJ, yeah, I'm gonna do the Mets tomorrow. I have my mind made up. I'm trying to figure out a schedule where I can do the Mets stuff, and every time I get ready to do it, it's like a different time. So I'm gonna try to do the Mets every day at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna try to do that.
Adam, did
Oh,
you understand?
Almighty Finesse says, just say why. No, I ain't ready to just say why.
No, I don't have
I want to
no
see.
idea
I want the
why
Knicks and the
Freezy wants the
Lakers to play in the
Lakers.
playoffs.
Why is that, Freeze?
I'm gonna let the chat tell you. Somebody in the
The
chat,
chat not going to say it. The chat's not going to tell
Yeah,
me.
the,
they
the,
are
the chat,
saying it.
the chat already said it.
Kerry Cox just answered your question.
There it is. Because if the Knicks play the Lakers, it's for the championship.
My God.
I don't even see the Knicks making it to the NBA Finals.
But you asked me what team, and I said Lakers.
I don't even know if the Lakers going to be in the NBA Finals.
But you
But
asked me
you
and
asked,
you asked me and you gave me the options and I said so if the Knicks play the Lakers, it would be in the
it's gonna
NBA
be in the
Finals
NBA
because they're in
Finals.
the Western Conference because they're a Western Conference team. We're an Eastern Conference team.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
And I don't see the Knicks winning the title, not against the Lakers.
wow, what
against a play-in team. You know, you watch them tonight in the play-in.
do you know how many games they got to play? They're gonna have to play by the time they see us in the finals. If they, God willing, if they for them to get to the finals, you know how many games they have to play, bro? Think about it. They don't have to run. Not they don't have to run two marathons in order to get to us,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
will be the home, which will have home court advantage.
That too. And if it go to 7 games, Game 7 would be in the Garden. Can y'all imagine a Game 7 in the Garden for the NBA Finals?
Jesus Christ,
That's not happening.
Lord have mercy.
man!
Lord have mercy. I mean, yeah,
You need a virtual hug, man.
yeah,
Something.
yeah.
Nope, nope,
But
I'm
Lee,
good.
my thing is with this Cavs team though. With this Cavs team, I don't want to disrespect them, right?
Mhm.
I don't want to disrespect them, right?
No doubt.
And I don't want to take them for granted, but I do want to wash them away as quickly as I can.
Yes, I agree.
No disrespect to them. No disrespect to them, but I would love for the Knicks to sweep them.
Hmm. Make quick work. Just
Yeah,
because,
Who,
just
the
because,
Cavaliers?
just
yeah,
because, just because of what happened 2 years ago. Just for the simple fact of that alone, off the strength of that, you know,
right.
I want to make quick work of them. Let's move on to the next one, so that way it's nothing lingering. We did quick work of what we had to do.
Right. Right.
I'll say this. The only way I see the Knicks sweeping the Cleveland Cavaliers if they go into Cleveland and win 2 games over there and come home up 2-0 and take care of business on their home floor. That is the only way I see the Knicks sweeping the Cavaliers. But if they go to Cleveland,
That's the only way it can happen, bro.
splitting
That's
the
the
two
only way it can
games,
happen.
the sweep is not happening.
Okay,
The
man.
Knicks have to win two. The Knicks have to win
Okay,
two in
man.
Cleveland and two at the Garden to sweep Cleveland.
Okay.
They have to win four in a row. There cannot be any space in between.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find some strawberries to throw at them. Do we have any
All right,
strawberries?
Freezie, go ahead. Join the food party in the chat. Go ahead. They're having a
'Cause,
blast over there.
I mean, bro, it's not even. You know what, man? I give you your props. I give you your props, but for 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 your but just taking your stance, but you're on a very small hill in a big ocean.
Oh well, let it be.
All right, then I'm just gonna let you know if you see a life raft floating out there, I sent it to you.
That's good
Yeah,
to
man.
know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was talking about that home court and how impactful it would be. You know what I'm saying? The terms of the sweep thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw a loaf of bread at Adam. There it is. There, it's all love. It's all love, bro.
We
It's all
love you,
love.
baby.
Yeah, it's all love. Yeah. And
Oh man.
but here's my thing. I don't want to look ahead and now, and I know this may sound like a back and forth, right? B Willis, this gonna sound like a back and forth, but it's not. Like hear me out. B Willis, hear me out on this, right? I'm confident that we can beat a second round team whoever is next, I'm confident that we can be competitive at a minimum, and ultimately or optimally, I think we could beat whoever's left in the second round. Now, with that said, I don't want to take Cleveland for granted, right? I don't want to choke on my food, right? I want to chew my food. I don't want to
Mm,
choke on it. I don't want to try to, you know how they say the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. That's how I want to do it. One step in front of the other, right? Right? Not skipping any steps in the process, right?
mm-hmm.
Dre, what's good, man?
I'm chilling. What's up? What's up with y'all?
Hey, man.
No, you got something going on in the background, baby.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had the TV on. My fault. My bad. My
Yeah,
other
man.
headset usually mutes all that out. My bad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. So I was talking about the impact of home court advantage and in home games. How
Yeah.
important do you feel are home games in the playoffs?
It's dependent on what your strengths are as a team. If your strengths are your role players shooting at a high clip,
Mm,
if your strengths are like your depth shooting at a high clip, yeah. But if you're a team that relies on rebounding,
right.
relies on taking care of the ball, you,
Energy.
yeah, or yeah, motor, those things are transferable anywhere.
Okay.
So
Mm,
you're not going to be a bad rebounding team just because you're playing in Cleveland, hypothetically.
Okay.
If you get out rebounded, it's by chance or it's because you just got out rebounded or out hustled.
Right.
You're not going to just magically turn the ball over a ton more than your normal rate just
Okay.
because you're on the road, in my opinion, if you have sound enough ball handlers and a team identity. Now, if your team is like based on being an offensively potent team that may turn the ball over some, you might have issues,
Okay.
which is kind of why the Warriors have been up and down this year
Right.
because they're relying on their offense just blowing teams out the way
Right.
and the role players, but on the road it has been so-so, very so-so this year at least.
Right.
So
Right.
it like road like home road, it matters for the DNA of the team, how the team is made up, how the chemistry is. For sure, experience also plays a factor.
Okay.
But if we're talking about the Knicks, I don't think it kind of equates. Like, if a team beats us, it's because they're just better than us, in my opinion.
Okay.
Not just because they're on the road or at home or anything like that.
Adam, you mind if I ask
Because,
him a question?
my bad, Lee, but to even paint that picture even more, like, poignant or clear, if you look at our road record compared to our home record, it's damn near the same.
Okay.
So it's
Uh,
like we play to a specific level, no matter what it is.
Okay.
but,
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
but, yeah, my question to you is that considering for the most part we were road warriors all year. What am I correct? Like we actually went out there and
Well,
really
well,
beat.
well, well. Compared to other teams, yeah, we were,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit more nuanced than that because we don't play like every other team.
Right.
Okay,
Like
but still,
most teams in the league, we don't play like most teams in the league. So, like, I think our road record and our home record are very similar, or if not the same.
hmm
So it's one of those things where usually it's shifted. Your home record is usually shifted, but most teams don't rebound like us. Most teams don't take care of the basketball like
Right.
us. Most teams don't go very heavy isolation with simple passes, with simple reads like us.
Right.
And that comes from like it your execution matters and there's way less things that can go wrong in terms of our execution compared to other teams.
okay.
So if a team beats us, it's solely because they stopped us from executing what we want to do, which is always possible. There's better teams or a few teams that might pose an issue in terms of talent or how they play, but
Right.
it's like one of those things. It's like like I don't want to even like muster up Atlanta, but just coming into this game, you assumed Atlanta would lose, but
No,
you know why they won? Well, they were the betting odds favorite. I mean, betting odds underdog by a
of course.
wide margin, and the reason why they won is because they dominated the glass. And if you can dominate the glass on a consistent basis, you're always in the game, no matter where you're playing. You could be playing on Mars. If you get more rebounds than the other team, you're probably in the game, which is what
Right.
we do, no matter what's happening.
Who does set? Repeat that again. Said it louder.
We do, the Knicks.
All right.
Okay. So yeah. So as long as the rule of engagement are the same, then basically where your opinion is that it'll be the same regardless where we play at and under certain if you're a certain team, right?
Yeah,
If it's defense, energy, hustle, all of that stuff, you're gonna bring that same defense, energy, hustle, regardless if you're playing at home or on the road,
yeah.
right?
It's the simple like the old football adage. If you got a run game travels, defense
Right,
travels as well.
right, right. I don't know, man. I think home cooking has something to do with how well you perform in the playoffs.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, Freezy. Like, I think it matters, but it matters more for teams that aren't built like us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, because we play a playoff style, but
Yeah,
we play it for 82 games, and they don't.
exactly. Yeah,
And the playoff style doesn't win a lot of games in the regular season. By the way, you don't often see that, right? But B Willis says only defense will win this series, and if we play our best defense, we can win this one. Rebounding, we could get this one. They have a lot of live bodies. They do have a lot of live bodies, but
gotta take into account they are like I think number one rated defense. So
yeah, yeah.
it's just their offense is lacking.
Hum?
It's just their offense is lacking
Yeah.
in terms of being multifaceted and like spacing in their starting lineup and a few other things.
I wanted to take a look at. I'm going to take a look at Cleveland overall
Hmm.
because I think their number one defensive rating may be a little inflated.
It might be a fallacy. Just say
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no. I want to say that. I want to say that. That's not what I'm meaning. What I want to say is this. The reason why I think Cleveland's defense may look more efficient than it actually is because they play at its pace. And what that does to your numbers, it makes it look like you're the 86 Giants.
But Freezy, you gotta
Hold on, Dre. Let me add the
okay.
second piece.
All
You
right,
said
go
the
ahead.
86 what?
The 86 Giants. Right. But here's the thing, Dre, here's the
Wow.
thing
Hmm.
why I came to that conclusion. They only give up 83 and a half shots a game. That's third in the NBA, right?
Hmm.
But their defensive field goal percentage is 46.8, right? And their 3-point percentage, what they give up, is 36.8. Now, mind you, those numbers sound great, right? Until you look at the Knicks field goal percentage, defensive field goal percentage. And the Knicks defensive field goal percentage is 46.2, which is better than Cleveland by a half a percentage or more. and the Knicks 3-point percentage, what they give up, what the Knicks give up at 35.7% is also better than Cleveland by a full percentage.
Okay.
So before we say Cleveland's defense is better, let's look at the number of shots that they give up.
Well, Freezy, you can extrapolate it that way on a per game basis.
Right.
But when you talk about when defensive rating is calculated, it's calculated by opponent's points versus possession.
Okay.
So it'll be like 100 points, like whatever 100 possessions it is. Teams just score less over 100 possessions compared to us.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily it's not necessarily like for nuance. Yes, slow pacing can help set up a defense.
Right.
All these things matter on a per game basis, but when we talk about defensive rating isn't calculated on per game. It's calculated every single possession that actually happens.
Right.
So if there's 120 possessions in a Knick game and there's just 105 possessions in a Cavs game, hypothetically
Right.
speaking,
Right.
they're just talking about how many points you're scoring on each possession. So, for example, them teams just score less on average every possession than they do against us. However minute of a fraction that might be, teams just legitimately score. If they have a possession, they score like just spitballing a number out there. They could
Okay.
teams could score a 1.25 points per possession against us, and
Okay.
teams could score 1.15 points per possession. Now,
Right.
how you get to the meat and bones towards the end of the game where you wear teams down and the slower pace may be disengaging for other teams' offenses, that might that might actually affect teams. But if we're talking about how defensive rating is, like it's like comparing per games to just a raw fleshed out rating stat, which is just possession. It's giving you your averages per possession as opposed to just your averages over the total of a game. And your
No.
pace dictates the averages over the total of the game instead of the other stuff.
Right.
It's like a lot of noise, but it I will say they are not they are not they're not impossible to score against, basically.
Well, and what I would say to that, I think that stat is misleading, and the reason why I would
Mm.
say it's misleading is that, for one, the NBA is a make or miss league. Either you make a shot or you miss it,
Mhm.
right? And either you make your 83 shots or you miss them, or you miss half of them or a fraction of them or whatever. When we look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? When you look at Cleveland, you don't see a dominant defensive player outside of Jared Allen. Now, Isaac Okoro was good.
Solid.
He's good. He's a good defender, right? But I'm not ready to put him in that class with the elite defenders yet, though he will be one day,
It's
right?
I agree with you, Fuzi,
Right.
because the way
Do
their
you
defense.
have Darius Garland in that?
No.
What about Donovan Mitchell?
No, which is why I'm saying
And we
their
talking about
defensive
Tony
their
Allen.
defensive their defensive rating is dictated on a bunch of variables and playing a bunch of other teams, and they force teams in a situation where they funnel guys into their bigs.
Yep. Their scheme. I got you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so by scheme, it is a damn good scheme.
Team defense.
Yeah, it is a damn it mirrors a lot of what the Bucks do, even though the Bucks may have more individually talented defenders. They
Right.
save their legs by running a ton of drop coverages and funneling guys into their centers and
Right.
power forwards. So
Right.
it's a scheme thing, and every scheme can be exploited to a certain extent.
Right. So when I watch Cleveland, this is what I see when I see Cleveland. I see a lot of ball denial, ball pressure.
Hmm.
getting you late in your shot clock, right? Slowing down the pace. Meanwhile, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are on the corners conserving energy, right?
Hmm.
And then you get your shot up with about somewhere like 17, 18, and I'm talking about on average, not every time. 17, 18, 19 seconds off the shot clock, right?
Hmm.
When I see the Knicks play, I see the Knicks do um duality, right? I see the Knicks duality. When we make them miss, we want to get out and run, right? We want to get out and run off misses, get an open court. Don't let the other team set their defense. And when we play like that, a lot of times we can compete with every team in the NBA. Now, occasionally, a slow paced team will drag us into a ballroom brawl. Miami likes to do it.
Yeah.
Toronto likes to do it.
A lot of junk defenses and zones, which we
Yeah,
might see.
yep, yep. They like to slow the game way down and force Julius Randle to beat a set defense. Grind out every shot.
A perfect example
It's
of it is my bad, Freezy, but perfect example of it is that third game I believe he played against the Cavs,
yep,
where it was just a brawl. It was a brawl.
yeah,
It was a barroom fight,
right,
and it was a bar fight, and it came down to us. I think just out rebounding them
right,
and not turning the ball
and
over as
not turning
much.
it over. And so for those, I'm gonna tie in a name into this, and I know it's a polarizing name, right? But when we get dragged into ballroom brawls, RJ Barrett's game looks atrocious. And that's why a lot of Knicks fans are like, how you gonna let that boy shoot that shot right there? RJ Barrett out here shooting that shot, man. Quentin Grimes is wide open, right? But when the game is free flowing, where the young legs can get out and run, RJ Barrett thrives, right?
Fact.
And I know Knicks fans are like, well, he should be able to adjust to both. You know what I'm saying? You got to do both. You know what I mean? Nah,
Guys that do that are usually first ballot Hall of Famers by the age of 22.
right, right. Yeah, and he absolutely right. Guys that have their complete game already at 22, bro, they moonwalking into the hall. They're in the Hall of Fame before their career over. You talking
Magic
about
Johnson,
Kobe? You talking about Kobe, LeBron, Magic
Max
Johnson,
Johnson,
Kevin Durant type players,
Luca.
Lucas,
uh, uh,
right?
uh, uh, Garnett.
Hmm?
Well, not
Garnett.
Garnett. No,
Well,
not Garnett.
he took a few years, but he was pretty much we knew he what he was going to be by 20.
Right.
Around 20, we knew he was going to be a problem for the next 10 to 12 years.
Yeah, it
No,
just takes.
I, I,
Yeah,
I, I apologize. I jumped the gun with, yeah.
You good. But when he was 20, that was 2 years in because he came out of
right.
high school. So
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Yep.
we knew.
Yeah. And so Bully, thank you for the generous contribution. Bully says we need to be roughneck dogs. And B Willis says, teams want us to play hero ball and not spread the ball. But no. When I say push the pace, I'm not talking about hero ball, right? When I say push the pace, I'm talking about sharing it. I'm talking about getting out against defenses that aren't set, so guys like Obi and Grimes and quickly can get the touches that they need to get. That's what I'm
Right.
saying, right?
Freezy, not to cut you off, but JB Bickerstaff said something pretty interesting. Um, he said the Knicks are unselfish, but in not your traditional way of being unselfish.
Right,
It's in terms of their offense because we don't average a ton of assists.
right,
He says we don't really do a lot of junk actions or fake
right,
actions.
right,
What you see is what you're gonna get from us for the most part,
right.
and everyone plays their role. It is selflessness by definition to just zone in and harp on what your role is for your team. And what up to Demond? I was over there. They
Man,
were they were over there turned over that Heat game.
they were lit.
Bro, they was lit.
Them my guys over there, bro. I felt that energy. I felt that energy through the screen,
What,
bro.
They hate the Heat
Bro.
bad.
And the Heat hate them.
I,
And
and
you know what I'm
and
saying?
we hate them both even more. But it's all
hey,
Yeah.
good.
hey, look. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't harbor any ill will towards the Hawks. It's not really a thing. That's
Nah, I
more of a
mean,
media manufactured thing. Now
That's
the
what I'm.
Heat,
Yeah, yeah,
now the
yeah,
Heat, me, no.
yeah,
My sisters live out in Miami. I give them a hard time every time Knicks come through.
yeah. My sister-in-law in Miami right now. I texted her. Soon the Heat lost, I texted her like, "How you gonna let them boys beat you?"
On your
yeah.
home court,
On your floor.
they
How you gonna let
yo
them dudes come in there and get up by 25 and then y'all out there at the concessions? Miami Heat fans are so
tap danced on
fraudulent,
them.
bro.
man, they needed 2015 Kyle Lowry to show up for them to even be
Yes,
in the game.
yes.
But you know
That
something. You
roster
know what's
is
so
flawed.
funny? As
Go
far as
ahead, Lee.
fans go, they
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
remind me of old school Laker fans. How they used to show up to the game late, like just expecting to win, but I'm gonna be here for the photo op.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's the old school Laker fans. Like Laker tickets too expensive to not enjoy them now.
yeah, yeah. And they
That's
have
what I'm
as
saying
many
though. That's
YouTube
why.
shows as us, bro. When you
Mm.
go on
Mm,
YouTube and look for YouTube content, I mean Laker content creators, bro, it's like 1,000 of them. It's like a it's like a flock over there.
I mean, it's
It's Lake Show this, Lake Show that, blah blah blah, everything.
it is the most popular franchise in NBA. So
Yeah, yeah,
comes
yeah.
with the
The
territory.
NBA
It's
man,
it's it's like if you looked up Cowboys content creators, you find a
oh
billion of them
come on,
too.
a
come
billion
on.
of them, bro. And if you look up Giants content creators, you'll find a billion of them, but they only got like
Two
40
videos
subscribers because
or two
Giants
videos.
fans ain't hardcore, bro.
Man, I'm
Oh,
not gonna. I'm
you
not.
say you laid the bait out there.
Man, I'm not gonna go for that. We're not talking about that today.
Bro, I told Cats that I could legit work on getting Otis Anderson on a show for the Giants fans. And
You've been
Giants
talking
fans
about
like,
that for
oh,
months.
oh yeah. Because nobody excited. I had Harry Carson on Cats
I
and even
am.
want to see it.
You crazy? I've watched that show 1,000 times.
I think I can get the Carthon dude. I think I can get the Carthon dude too. You remember
Maurice
Carthon?
Carthon?
Yeah, I think no, his son, Rand Carthon, I think is
Man,
something.
don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Something. Giants fans ain't they on YouTube,
Man,
bro.
hey man. I'm not gonna take this abuse from somebody who only has one ring.
It's not abuse, bro. It's facts. My man, we talk Hawk says walk in the trap and took over they trap. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta walked in they trap and kicking over pizza boxes.
Is
and
that
and and I want to say this one thing,
is that
Jimmy.
was
Go
that
ahead, Lee.
what's his name? Damn, I can't think of his name right now. start with a B. Dog. Go ahead. My fault, B.
I was gonna say Jimmy Butler, the only superstar that gets all the praise for doing superstar things, and then when they don't, nobody talks about it.
Nobody say a word.
Nobody say nothing when Jimmy Butler. He got the perfect. He's in the perfect slot for a star.
Right.
Just enough notoriety to get props for when he plays well, and not enough criticism when he throws up like 12 points and goes 2 for 15.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man, more people talk about R.J. Barrett stinking
Than Jimmy Butler.
than when Jimmy Butler stinks.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so grateful you mentioned
And,
that, Dre.
and he's a superstar.
And RJ's not.
Supposedly,
And
supposedly,
RJ is not. Hey man, but I ain't gonna just real quick on the Hawks Heat game. The
Mhm.
Hawks showed heart tonight.
Jamon.
Yeah, the Hawks showed heart tonight, man. Around the world, people are like, yeah, I don't know, man. Them Hawks, man, they soft. They so like they show up when they want to. You know what I'm saying? They'll be in a game up by 15. This is what people say. The Hawks will be up by 10, and if they ain't feeling it, they just quit playing with a 10-point lead. Tonight though, tonight,
They got all the timely buckets too. Like the Heat would cut it down to 6 or 7, and then they'd get like 2, 3 offensive rebounds back to back, put it in,
back
and
to
then
back dunks too.
the and those are like the most deflating ones too.
Yeah, John Collins out here dunking on Bam. What kind of world we live?
Yo,
They out
that's
here
crazy.
listening. They out
Miami was
here
flat
cranking
all
up
night.
Lil Jon, and they out here listening to Pastor Troy, and these cats listening to Ti cranking up, man. They and all in Miami. Miami? How you gonna let Atlanta do you like that?
Embarrassing.
But I'm gonna tell you what did that, yo. Let me tell you what happened. Ownership came down and said, "Yeah, we're not letting you go, Trey. We're not gonna trade you." Put the battery in his back. They flew down to Miami just to let him know that
Okay.
because of all these rumors floating around about that young man. Real
I'm
talk.
I'm I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't even think Trey was the reason they won tonight though. Like it,
Nah.
No, it's
they
not about Trey won the game,
okay.
but Trey. It wasn't just Trey, but it was Trey played a role in the game where he didn't help them lose. You understand what I'm saying, Dre?
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Like
Yeah, they other players stepped up, and
yeah, he
not Dejounte Murray either. He didn't show up till late. You know what I'm
didn't
saying?
show up too late, but it was just him. The fact that he was more of a willing basketball player in the game is why they won. You understand what I'm
Nah,
saying?
not even
Hey,
that. Nah, it was their
hey,
bigs just destroying them on the
Yeah, they
glass.
was tough, bro. They yeah.
hey,
It
I'm
was
gonna
it
say
was their
this:
bigs, Lee. It was they out rebounded them by like 25 boards
Yeah.
I
in
give it
a
that part.
game. That is
listen,
ridiculous.
the one guy you have to give credit to on the Hawks is Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Well, tonight, yeah, for sure.
That man was grabbing rebounds from left to right, what east, south,
Yeah, it seemed like
everywhere.
he had 30 rebounds. I don't know how many
Oh,
he actually had.
yeah, he had 30 rebounds tonight.
It seemed like he was grabbing everything in sight.
Yeah,
So
it
he had
was,
21.
That is
Okay,
the reason
okay.
why the Hawks
and,
won
and
because of all the rebounds and
it
second
wasn't just
chance.
him too. It was John Collins was getting boards. Okongwu was getting boards. That the Heat have like a problem, bro. Like their team is too small,
They
and they had too
and
many undrafted free agents getting paid.
yeah.
Like they are not NBA players to anybody but Spoelstra.
You know what? If Leon Rose had put that roster together, he'd have been fired.
What?
Yeah, because they spent big time money on
Quick,
Victor Oladipo, Duncan Robinson, and
quicker than a
Kyle
cat can lick
Lowry.
his own ass.
That
Quicker
oh
than a
my
cat
god,
can lick
that
his
Kyle
own
Lowry
ass.
contract. Man, Tyler Hero getting paid 27 million next year, and he can't guard me.
No,
Tyler Hero
He
was
can't guard
flat
me.
tonight.
Hey,
Tyler
that's
Hero
not fair.
was
You gonna put him in the post? You know that. You got a little hook shot.
Man, please. I'm 5'11", 260 pounds. My hook days is over. The only thing I'm hooking is your mama. You know what I'm saying?
right, right, right. Yeah, man. I ain't
Not
even gonna
yours
hold you.
specifically.
No, we know you. Yeah, we know. But yeah, man. I watched Atlanta tonight. Atlanta was impressive. If
Very
I'm Boston,
scratching the head.
this rookie coach, you ain't been impressive after the All-Star break. What you gonna do? You gonna
And Quinn
I'm telling you,
and
Boston.
Quinn Snyder and Quinn Snyder's been Quinn Snyder's been tightening them up. Quinn Snyder. I've been slowly watching him from afar. And Quinn
I
Snyder he's been putting his mental
They
for
still have had like a lot of head scratching losses over the
yeah.
course. I mean, they've been like a 500 team.
You think
So I mean,
Boston?
that's go ahead, Freezy.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
No,
no,
I ain't had nothing really to say after
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you think Boston missing Ime Udoka right now?
No,
what?
no.
in
I
my
do.
opinion, no. In
I
my
think
opinion,
so.
no. Hey,
I
look, man,
think
And
they went up to Milwaukee and sent a message like, yo,
you talking about what was that? Saturday, Friday?
yeah, a few days ago they went up
Yeah,
there and Milwaukee was completely healthy, fully healthy,
yeah.
and they sent a message like, yo, it really don't matter when it comes down to the playoffs. It's matchups and execution. It
But
don't matter where we play. It don't matter if it's over here. If you beat us over here, if you beat us at our house, that means you were a better team. But at a certain point, it's they have enough talent to do it. It's all
So Dre,
execution at that point.
how you gonna see Boston wash Milwaukee and then not assume that the Knicks can't wash Milwaukee also,
Thank
knowing
you,
that the Knicks washed Boston.
Well,
I'm
I think the thing with Boston is Boston's ceiling is so high,
Right.
but their floor can be mediocre when they're
Up
not
and
right.
down sometimes. Yeah.
Right. And our
Yeah.
floor is very, very, very high. Like I don't believe our ceiling is as high as the Celtics this year,
No. No, of course not.
but our floor, like our base play, will outpace them probably. It's just their ceiling is so high. All they need is about 6 or 7 minutes of that ceiling, and that'll close out a game, which is kind of unfortunate. It's just they're so explosive when they need to be. It's just there's the lulls of the season, and when you're a contender, sometimes teams just don't have it all the way locked in. But they had that game circled for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, and they
but
they sent a
yo,
message.
Dre, let me ask you this question then. If you feel that way, then how come they didn't ever have that circle? You know, because it seems like
Do you think free? I mean, I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. Just from outside
you just
optics,
raised
that like
you
teams
just you
don't.
just raised your voice at me like, yo,
No, no,
stop.
not even, not even,
I'm
not
playing with
even.
you. I'm playing with you.
From an outside perspective, teams like really don't be taking the Knicks serious. At least this year, until
We ain't
until we drag them in deep water about midway through the third quarter.
right.
Like
Right.
it's one of those things. You gotta build up that cachet. You gotta build up that resume. You gotta build fear in their hearts on a year to year in and year out basis.
Yeah, we not even on the level with Memphis yet,
Neff,
right?
but no, hold on a
We
second.
not,
I'm sorry, Freezy, because I just want to follow that up. You know what I'm saying? Nephew, we washed them 3 out of 4 times.
I mean, it happens in over the course of a regular season. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example of a Tom Thibodeau coach team. The Bulls beat the Heatles. I think they swept the Heatles in the regular season. What
right.
happened in the playoffs?
Man, you let the dogs out.
Okay,
They
Well,
put what's the dude with the
did they have
box?
a healthy Derrick Rose at that
they were
time?
healthy. They were healthy. That
They
was MVP Derrick Rose, by the way.
you remember
Okay.
they took that what's the dude with the box? Um Norris Cole and the dude from Kansas hit the shot.
Mario Chalmers.
Yeah, the dude that hit the shot over Derrick Rose in the national championship game. That's him,
They
right?
Mhm.
they put him on Derrick Rose the first 3 quarters, and then last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter was just LeBron time. After that,
As soon as he make that spin move, here come D Wade, bro, and they forcing Derrick Rose to make them cross court passes, and that's not Derrick Rose game.
right.
Mhm.
So when we talk about regular season, like it's hard to complete. Like when Freezy said, we play like it's the playoffs every game, and sometimes it'll be to our benefit because we're so disciplined that we do what we need to do. But in the context of a playoff series, a lot of it is adjustments, which is why I'm a little wary with Tibbs. But I feel like he's he's learned enough new tricks that old dogs has learned enough new
Right.
tricks where
It's-
I
it's-
think will be effective against the Cavs. Now after that, that's when you face the upper echelon
hey,
teams.
Dre, you ever seen an old dog get a puppy?
Yeah,
Oh,
Like you
no.
know how your dog, like I got a dog that's like 11 years old, right?
right.
Every time he go to sleep, man, I be scared. Every time he go to sleep, I be scared he go into the upper room, right? And so, but what happened is we got a pit bull puppy, right? So when he
Hmm.
be sleeping, the pit bull Benny is like 70 pounds already. He a year old, he about 70 pounds, right? He'll
Hmm.
just jump on the old dog and like nip at his neck. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it's
And
like it's like giving it a new lease on life.
yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
that's why you
like
see Tibbs smiling way more this year than you've ever seen him smile, like ever.
So that's like
right.
giving you giving your parent a grandchild.
Yeah. Yeah, and the reason why I made that comparison is when I watch Tibbs and his young coaching staff,
Yeah.
for the most part, a lot of these guys are young, like right at 40-ish something.
Hmm.
I mean, he got a couple of old dogs in the crew. You know what I'm saying? When
they're young for NBA coaching
yeah,
standards.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you watch them coaching, I mean, the video coordinator that keep pissing everybody off, he out there walking around. Here, look at the laptop, look at the stats. He he
He
at the
might he
game.
might he might end up being Spolstra.
Yeah, that's
Another
it.
Spolstra.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
He out here
That's where Spolstra came from, the video room. There just weren't no tablets at the time.
him and Fizdale in there together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you watching these young guys, man, and I think the infusion of young energy is helping Tibbs see things that he normally wouldn't see if he was left to his own devices.
Yeah. Cause before on like the Bulls teams, it was Tibbs doing everything. And then he would take advice or he would take input. He would hear your input. He wouldn't necessarily use it.
Yeah, yeah.
And shout out to C Mac. My jumper is more like Marcus Camby,
Oh
not Bill
God.
Cartwright.
Oh,
Little over the head, two hands.
Trey
You know what
Boucher,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
one slingshot. We used to call it the slingshot. Catch me way back here.
The elbows are definitely over my head.
Oh God. Oh my God. Yeah. I know you be tired. No, you tired after games. Cats be exhausted. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So the point I was making about the Knicks want to get out and run is not that they want to turn it into a track meet. No, because they don't want the other team to run. Mind you, I said the Knicks grab the rebounds and they run.
Selective
Right.
transition.
And so when we miss, you notice that it's kind of like ice hockey where everybody is kind of getting back, watching certain lanes in terms of keeping the ball in the middle
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
floor.
We send two defensemen back, and then it's Mitch fighting for his life
Yeah, yeah,
on the glass.
yeah. And not that they stay like that, right? But they do that so teams won't get those fast break opportunities.
So yeah, it's a deterrent, and
Yeah,
that's a trademark for any Tibbs team, by the way.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like how the Devils used to whoop up on the Rangers. Like we used to beat the Rangers so bad and so often. I think we felt sorry for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like we used to get them in a neutral zone and trap them to death. They couldn't move the puck. Yeah, I
It,
had
it,
Rangers fans. I had crying. Well, so we kind of do a little of that when we on our defensive end, but when we get it, we want to go. And I think that's if we do that, I think you'll see RJ have a fantastic series.
it your well, defense is your best offense. It's funny
Yeah,
enough. So it's one of those things where it's hard to lose if you're giving up no chances to lose, basically.
right,
It's
right.
like
Yeah, and first of all, the Rangers uniforms are ugly.
you don't
What?
like you don't like the badge, the big old badge logo.
No, I don't like the
You
Rangers
don't like the red,
uniform.
white, and blue?
I'm gonna keep it real with you,
I don't.
Freezy. I'm a phony ass Rangers fan. I only show up when they in the playoffs.
Yeah, like most fans, like most Rangers fans.
Oh,
I'll be like, yeah, Henrik Lundqvist was my favorite. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because that's the only person they know. You know what I'm saying?
what?
I heard of Ravens fan. Who your favorite player? The Statue of Liberty? Oh, because she on the. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's the only thing you know on the jersey. I got you. Wow. I got you.
I'm not even a big hockey fan, but I'm gonna rebuke you both.
Hey, you know,
Corey
come
Lee is a New York representative. That's what he is.
now Queens get the money.
All day.
Dang,
Queens get
you should be a an Islanders fan then.
Rollins. That's what I'm about to say.
How
How
dare
you a fan
you?
of the Manhattan team?
Hey, let me explain something to you,
The,
man. Let me explain something to both of y'all. I represent the team that represents the whole city. When you got New York going across your
Lee,
chest,
Come on, bro.
no,
You know the state colors are blue and orange, right?
and
Blorange.
Yeah, you know the state colors of New York are blue and orange.
I get that, but
You know the Islanders wear blue and
okay,
orange.
And the Mets do.
And the Mets wear blue and orange.
And the Knicks
In
do.
Syracuse, blue and
Okay.
orange,
Okay.
right? The Knicks, blue and orange. It's the color. It's the color of the state. The state colors.
All right. Now,
It's that Dutch factor. It's the reason why we. It's the reason why every time people from the tri-state area start talking, they start drawing up their letters and start talking like this.
I
It's
get
Dutch.
it.
It's
I
Dutch.
get it. I get it. But you know what, though?
Shout out to the Bronx, by the way.
I get it. But you know what, though? My Big Blue Wrecking Crew wear what? Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Mhm.
That's cool. That's cool.
this,
You
this
know,
this must be some NFC beef. That's what it is.
hey, man, I can care less because you know what? We got 4 rings and they got one. And that was only because
Oh,
they had
you talking about football?
a
Okay.
world class Hall of Fame running back. God bless his soul. One of the greatest people I've ever seen in my life.
Slow down. Slow down. The Chicago Bears have 3 of the top 8 greatest running backs of all time.
3. Okay, I'll give you Gale Sayers,
Red
and I'll
Grange.
give
Sweetness.
Sweetness. I'll give you Gale Sayers and Sweetness. Reg Grange. Okay,
He led the NFL in rushing 4 times in 4 years.
okay. Four
Just
thousand.
because we wasn't alive don't mean it didn't happen.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That was 4,000 years ago.
I mean
Just because
that was when the entire league was running the ball, so you had to probably be really good to lead
yeah,
the entire league when all they did was run the ball. It was
right,
pre-throwing.
right. We got the greatest middle linebacker to ever play the game. Period.
Who?
The
Dicker?
greatest. The
Who? Who?
greatest. Pick
Who?
one. Pick a Bears
Who?
middle linebacker, bro.
Who? The only one I'll give you is Singletary
So you
ever,
won't. So you won't give me Urlacher. You won't give me Buckus.
and they are ringless.
I said Butkus. I'm thinking Dick Evans. Butkus I was thinking of. My bad.
Hey, he might as well have been. But
Bro,
anyway,
we created the tight end position, bro.
and
But,
what
but,
happened when?
but
Well, hold on a second. Stop. Because the greatest tight end you really had. What happened when he went to Dallas and dropped 2 passes in the Super Bowl?
to my Dicker,
Yeah.
it happens, bro. He went to
Okay.
Dallas. That's why he dropped him. He would have never
Okay
dropped
then.
him in Chicago.
Uh, exactly.
That's because the mafia probably would have had some money.
Hold on a second. But they still lost. That's the point of it
Bro,
all.
you talking to the great when it comes to linebackers, you talk about the greatest franchise ever.
Stop lying,
And
man.
no franchise out there ever
Stop
exists that
lying,
have better
man.
linebackers than
Stop
the Bears.
lying. We had the greatest linebacker core ever in
Right.
football.
Please don't say 86. Because
Hold on a second.
in
With the
86
greatest,
the Bears had Otis
I
Wilson,
Dios míos.
Mike Singletary, and Wilbur
Are you,
Marshall.
man? Listen, man. That was brought up by some BS news father.
Who
All
was your
right,
nose tackle? Who was your nose tackle in 86?
Jim Burt.
Jim Burt.
The
You know
one,
what?
the one who took out, the one of the greatest quarterbacks ever in NFL history.
Right. Right. Okay. Right. I remember Leonard Marshall doing that too, but I mean,
Yeah, of course, yo,
yeah, I mean,
he was the one who was like, you need to retire,
yeah, yeah,
and he
yeah.
was a defensive end,
Okay. All right.
really a defensive tackle, but he played defensive end in our scheme.
All right.
So hold on a second, now, because you don't got me started now
The Giants suck, bro. What are we
with
even
this.
talking about?
How dare you say that ever?
The Giants suck right now, bro.
Man, yo, Freezie, if he wasn't 6 foot something and my friend,
Bro,
man, I would be in South Carolina right now, ready to go.
Some furniture moving.
bro,
Exactly. How dare you?
he wouldn't do it because Giants fans they stay hurt. He'd come over here and get hurt. I had to pull out the sofa. Leak over it. Sit down, bro.
It's
Sit
all
down on the
good.
couch.
It's all good. All I do is throw some tape on it, and it's all right. It's all
All
right.
right, all right, all right.
Matter of fact, you over there right now with a bum knee. Don't
That
let
was
me
an
go low.
accident.
Don't let me go low on you.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, man. When it yeah, just real quick, I just wanted to get back to the next topic, just real quick, man. Instead of talking about teams that suck,
yeah,
the Knicks, the
like
I,
the Chicago Bears.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Bears suck and the Giants suck, both of them. So it don't even both of them right now. Both of them rebuilding, right? And there's another team in New York that stay rebuilding. That's their motto. They rebuild, they stay rebuilding, and they don't never get nowhere. But anyway,
and
How?
they
It's the New Jersey Nets. That's what you're talking about.
no, I'm
no,
talking
we
about the
talking about
football
the
team.
Jets. The Jets, and let me tell you
We
something.
don't we don't acknowledge the Jesse. Let's move on to another topic. Let's talk
All I'm
about the
saying,
Knicks
I'm the
again.
only reason why I'm telling you like that. They should have never cut my father. They should have never cut my father.
Oh,
They
your
should have.
father played for the Jets? I didn't know that.
No, my dad tried out for the Titans.
Yeah,
Oh, they weren't even the Jets at the time. They were the Titans.
Exactly. So f them.
they were blue and yellow.
Which is the other
Yeah,
Knicks. I mean, the other New York color
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So, just real quick, man. If the Knicks can get on the boards and rebound, like legit rebound at a high rate, keep Cleveland off the boards. I think the Knicks can um flower walk through round one. Now, and I say that I don't want to be disrespectful, right? Right? I don't want to be too disrespectful, right? But I think when certain teams have an advantage in the playoffs, they exploit it, right? Like when teams have like if y'all remember how good the Eastern Conference was, and then remember the Orlando Magic had Shaq, right?
Mm.
When Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson, even though they were very good players, Anthony Goldwire and
They were
they had
solid pros.
athletes and all them guys and Penny Hardaway, they were so young and inexperienced. There were teams in the Eastern Conference that were better than them, but Orlando had Shaq.
A
So
dominant player.
when it came down to they needed a bucket, they not throwing the ball around the perimeter. They not running their best play. They ISOing with Shaq on the block,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have to stop it, right?
It,
And when
it's
you
funny,
double team
Freezy.
Shaq, you getting two dudes in foul trouble.
It's
Right.
funny. It's funny because the same concept when he was on the Lakers. It was like triangle, 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 and then when it came down to it, was pick and roll. Kobe Shaq,
Kobe
do
Shaq.
something,
Yep.
do
Yep.
something.
Yep. Yep.
It was
Basically.
the other. It was the isosceles triangle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
The
all that
other.
triangle stuff works, yeah, but if you want to guarantee that bucket at the end, that last 6 7 minutes of the game, you gonna get pick and roll, Kobe Shaq,
Yep.
pick your poison.
Yep. And what they would do is put a weak side shooter in the corner and a guard. Either they would either have Fisher or Ori up top
Or Rick
and
Fox.
Fox in the corner, or they
Hmm.
would flip flop it where Fox would be at the corner in case you trapped, and then
Hmm.
that way he could kick it to Derek Fisher to initiate from on the other side. But all Derek Fisher wanted to do was throw the lob to Shaq. When you look back at these games, he's like Derek. All Derek Fisher did was throw the lob to Shaq. Throwing the lob to Shaq got him a head coaching job in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You like that's
Got
all
a
he did.
got a multiple coaching jobs even in the WNBA.
Right.
Oh, he got one now, right? How dare he be around women? But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's another story.
Yeah.
Don't turn Derek Fisher
exactly,
around your wife.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah, man.
mind. Never mind.
And
I had something else to say. Oh God.
yeah, man. But ultimately, what I'm saying, the reason why I pointed out the advantage or the exploiting an advantage is teams when they get an advantage on you and you can't stop it. You know what they do? They just run it into the ground until you stop it.
Hmm.
Right? They just go and go and go, and if you can't, they just
Right. If you think Jalen Brunson's usage rate is high now, he
right,
might he have a Luca esque usage rate the
right,
entire playoffs.
right.
But
which
but
isn't terrible to say.
exactly. That's exactly what I was going with. Because you know what though, that right there is going to go to the psychology of Spider. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we gotta run all these like technically we don't run dummy actions, but we run dummy actions to force switches. So we're gonna see a lot of switches to get Donovan Mitchell on whatever mismatch we want to exploit. Or Garland.
Yep. I think it's
I
RJ.
either or, yeah, either or.
I think the most effective way to get RJ activated against his mismatch is him in motion. So like
That
so
I'm sorry.
if they're gonna use RJ in any kind of way, they should use him in a quasi like roller where he
Right.
comes up, sets a screen, or even fakes a screen, slips, and then gets the ball go down hit immediately on an
Right.
empty side. And if they want to bring
Attacking
help, if they want to bring help over, RJ has to make a simple read, and he'll have Randall or Quentin
Ryan.
or even Brunson if Brunson relocates for an open three.
Hmm.
Right.
So it's a pick your poison thing, and we've seen at times. Granted, it's not consistent as we want it to be, but
Right.
he's been making a lot of great passes in the last few games. Granted, against competition that isn't necessarily the best.
Ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, but Quentin Grimes is getting he was getting spoon fed
Right.
a ton, specifically from RJ.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like, listen, gentlemen, I feel crystal clear that game one. I think game one is going to be the hardest game we're going to have. And if we get game one, everything else is downhill. Everything else is downhill.
It, it,
We,
it,
we,
you
hold on a sec,
we
one
yeah.
second,
Go
Dre,
ahead,
one
Lee.
second.
Go ahead. You got it. My fault.
Minus, we might have a little trip in the road, God forbid. But just like Freezie just said, if we jump on them and we stay on top of them, and if Tibbs, and I hate using that word if, but Tibbs Tibbs comes with the right game plan per game, I believe that we can sweep them. It's very possible.
Mm.
It's very possible.
Are you okay? Let me clarify for the record. You're saying the Knicks are going to sweep the Cavs.
No, no, I'm not saying they're going to sweep the Cavs. I said it's very possible.
There's a blueprint for it, but
I,
Thank
yeah,
it
you.
I think
requires
there's an
execution.
yeah. I think there's
A
definitely an
strict, a
inroad.
strict, a strict, a strict execution, and we cannot
There's
defer
definitely an
from
inroad. There's a pathway,
exactly.
right?
Thank
But
you.
but the thing about it is how do you get to how do you discover that pathway and then how do you exploit it?
It's one of those things where we're also going against a good team with a good coach.
Yeah,
So so they're not just gonna be dummies and just let whatever it is just happen.
right.
So if it comes down to us like out rebounding them, some they might go into a means where they're initiating physicality to try to counter it, where they're trying to be the aggressor, even though they aren't necessarily more physical than us.
Okay.
And when to follow Dre up, and I don't see those that happening until game maybe 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Corey Lee. Is game one, the first 5 minutes, they are going to be the most
Oh, it's
aggressive,
gonna be a
and
battle royal.
yeah, and that is when,
They crowd gonna be crazy, bro.
right, and that the adrenaline and all that other stuff, that'll be when we have to withstand that opening storm.
So now this is where we have to be. as Knicks players smarter, you know what I'm saying, in order to avoid the unnecessary fouls. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, be the victim and not be the
Well, no,
the
no, don't. You don't want to
the
be a
aggressor.
victim because that's when you get ran over.
No. What I'm saying, as far as the eyes of the referees being like, oh no, you fouled him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's like being smartly aggressive,
That's my
Yeah.
point.
like how Josh Hart plays.
Or Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Pick your spots.
Exactly. That's why I played 4 years of high school basketball, started and never fouled out.
I feel
But you was probably you were probably hacking people when the ref wasn't
Oh,
looking
like
though.
a mother, like a mother,
yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't.
overly aggressive.
I would as a freshman. I used to do that on purpose. You know
Thank
what I'm saying?
you.
One of my uncles told me, you want to get some minutes on varsity, go out there and don't be afraid to foul. Look aggressive. And
Exactly.
as a ninth grade, as a gangly ninth grader, bro, no lie, as a gangly ninth grader at Dickinson High, bro, and this was like what is this, 7? This is like 80. What is this, like 81? So it's like 81. Bro, I'm like, dude, the coach, Mr. Marcel's like, yo, everybody hurt and quitting the team. We suck. I think we was like 4-18 in the city. And then when you 4-18 in Jersey City, bro, they want to
Everybody knows.
shut your school down. They don't
Oh
care nothing
damn.
about academics. I'm talking, and basketball, if you 4-18, they're like, shut
Whoa.
the school down. What y'all going to school for? You know what I'm saying? It's a public high school. I mean, bro, I remember Lee. I remember getting the game. No
Mm.
lie, getting in the game. We playing a team called Lincoln High. Right? They had just brought in. No lie, they brought in the Lincoln High alumni. Right?
Mm.
Before the game, they bring in this group. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they bring in this group called Cool in the Game. They are Lincoln High
Oh,
School
come on,
alumni.
Of
man.
Right?
course. Yeah.
And
Don't ever ask me that question again. But cool.
and and
Even
and
I know that.
and and
Freezy.
and I know them, by the way. I got Lee. I tell the story on Vibes and stuff all the time. But
hmm
anyway,
That's why. That's why I was sitting there to let you set me up for this. Like,
I got to preface it. I got to preface it.
of course,
You know, I
baby.
got to preface it. So, but anyway, the game start. Man, ain't nobody really want to play. The coach look down there, and I got to look in my eye like, call my name, call my name. You know, you can't tell the coach put you in. Right back then, you could never say put me in, coach. Right, but I'm like, and he like, God damn it. Then he put his cigarette down, and he go to the school. He put his cigarette down. Lee,
Wow, y'all
this
in public school with a he got a Newport. Yeah.
no man, he Italian. You know he'll smoke Newports, bro. He Italian.
Oh, excuse
He's
me, Marlboro Light or
yeah,
Marlboro Red.
yeah. You know he out there smoking Winston's or something. You know what I'm saying? So he put his
Oh,
cigarette
sweet
down,
Jesus.
and he looked down there. He like that boy down there on the book, and she like who? And he like Uncle Freezie, turn around and show her your number. I no lie. So I was a guard for freshman basketball, right? Yeah, back then it was freshman, B team, junior
No,
varsity, right?
oh, okay, yeah.
Right. And so that was back then. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times B team is where you would be at if you wasn't good enough to play varsity, right? So it
Mhm.
had some freshmen on it, had some seniors on it. It was
Like,
just
like it's depending on who the varsity coach wanted to address that day.
yeah. So I mean, I got some B team right, but whatever. I stood up. I was so proud. Dre, guess what number I had on Dre?
One.
What? No, 55. The last jersey in the
The
box.
last jersey.
The ugliest
55.
number.
Yeah, 55.
I know you was throwing sharp elbows that whole time though.
I was so proud. I was so proud. I was so proud of 55, bro. Cause ain't nothing like playing on varsity. It don't matter. It don't, bro. When you get back to the block and you tell your homeboys you played varsity, bro, bro, they can't tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here thinking I'm Mark Aguirre. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no lie, Dre. On the book on the book, right? Jason, our normal point guard, he was a great point guard. I think he went to play. I don't know if he played at Manhattan College, but a lot of us on that freshman team went on to
That
play
was a good
college
school
basketball
too.
somewhere.
Play back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Our starting center Kenny Washington went to Ball State, I think. But anyway, anyway, the good guys they couldn't make the team because everybody had small guards back then. The only reason why
Mm.
I could go play varsity as a freshman is because I was tall. You know what I'm saying? So I was probably they had me listed at
Six
like
two.
6'4" guard. So I was probably about 6'2" and a half. You know what I'm saying? About 6'2", 6'2" and a half. Right? They had me listed at 6'4", right? And so I get in the game, bro, and this dude goes up for a rebound and he goes up. I could see him cock the ball back. He gonna try to break the rim down, bro. And I
Mm.
put every ounce of that 118 pounds in his chest, and he missed a dunk, and it's a foul. Right? I'm big man. I'm walking back to the bench because I know the coach gonna take me out. I big man Andre back then just slamming. Good job, Uncle Freezie. And I'm like, dang, man, coach gonna take me out the game. I'm walking towards the thing because back then the freshmen don't play a ton of minutes. You only play like in little spurts, and then you know what I'm saying. So coach Marcellus is like, hey, we're gonna trap on the out of bounds. Get back out there. He shoved me back out there. And I was like, holy crap, he put me back in the game.
Mm.
He put me Lee, he put me back in the game.
He got you crunk.
Yeah.
Got you that battery in your back.
Yeah. And so I'm calling out the trap, we gonna trap, we gonna trap. Right? We gonna trap.
Mm.
Lee, we had like 7 different traps in our playbook.
Mm-hmm.
And they coming to me, what trap? What trap he say? And I'm like, I don't know because he never said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like 2-1-2. I'm like 2-1-2 is the easiest one. It's the easiest one for the young players to learn, and all you have to do is be in a specific area. Once you get out of the area, just get back on defense. And Lee, we trap, and I'll never forget. This dude throws a meatball pass across court, and I can see it from
Mm.
a mile away. And I take off for it. Right? I'm just like, you could just. And I'm playing in Pumas, right now. Pumas, Pumas. They say Pumas was great basketball shoes. I got them a size too big. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to keep them all year. Because when you at that age, you always growing. Like
Mm.
you get sneakers
Your
and
mom, your mom, your mom was spending those $35 on those sneakers
no,
at
not for
snack
another
time.
pair.
No
Man,
sir.
Man,
you gonna curl them toes up in there. You know what
I
I'm
Yo,
saying?
yo,
I still don't even know how
no,
y'all
no, no.
hooped in those shoes, even if it was your size.
Right.
Hold on a second. Excuse me. Not 35 because Adidas was 35. Pumas was $25.
Yeah, the ones we got, they was $28 downtown. $28 for the maroon. See, we at Dickinson we wore maroon and white, and right, they wouldn't let you wear them. You could only wear all white or all
Mm.
maroon or black.
I
Any
already
any
know.
any any knee issues you have now, Freezy, is solely to blame because of them Pumas.
It's because of that play I was telling y'all about. That meatball that was coming across court. Man, I ran, I sprinted, and I could hear my coach go, go, go. And man, that ball messed around. It was a terrible pass. It wound up going like headed out of bounds. Dre, I left my feet and I dove into the wooden bleachers in that joint
Mm.
up to
Oh
like
Lord.
the fifth, like the fifth step. I dove in them joints and them wood bleachers hit me. Now, mind you, I'm like 6'2", like 118. I used to tell people I was 125, right?
You a
Them wood
bag of
bleachers,
bones.
and bro, the wood bleachers hit me in my ribs. I didn't catch my breath till the game was over, bro.
you fell into those bleachers and it was like peanuts, like when like the cartoon Peanuts when someone falls into something, it was just a cloud of smoke
Yes, yes,
and
Mm-hmm.
rubble.
yes. And you and Lee, what's you know how the students are like the doctors,
Mm-hmm.
or like the medical staff. What you call them?
Trainers, team trainers.
Trainers. Yeah, the trainers carried me out of the bleachers and laid me flat on the floor on the side of the bleachers. And the girl had me raise my arms up and she was rubbing my ribs with ice packs, bro. And all you saw was like bleacher marks all over my. And after the game,
Bruises.
yep, 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 yep. That and people back in the day,
Cause
they'll call you muffin if you light skin and you get
oh
bruises on
yeah,
you. They'll call you muffin, right? And
cause you a high yellow Nigerian, so I
thank you,
get
I
it.
appreciate that. Some people say high red.
Mm.
One lady at Walmart called me beige.
Oh no, yo, if you let Boulevard call you, he gonna call you waffle colored.
Boulevard is a bully, bro.
Yeah.
Boulevard, you a bully, bro. But hey, but Miss, I never. But at the end of that game, we lost. We lost by like 15. Which back in the day, when you lose by 15, that's like losing by 50, right? So we lost
Mhm.
by 15. I'm laying on the floor, and I got my arms up in the air. I got on my favorite maroon and white wristband. You know what I'm saying? I got my socks pulled all the way up over my knees. I got on some
Two
shorts that
socks
I'm probably too embarrassed to even admit that I was wearing. You know what I'm
back in the
saying?
day.
Back
Yeah,
in the day,
yo.
yeah, back in the day, yep. I had probably had on track shorts, right?
Hmm.
And man, I never forget. Mr. Marcellus was looking over me with that long Winston in his mouth. Good job, kid. He walked off. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You hope he ain't dump no ash on you,
It probably did.
and you didn't
Probably
even
did.
know.
Probably did, man. I also because back then, when when your coach say something positive to you, you know what I'm saying, that was like,
The acknowledgement, the
yeah.
acknowledgement of your hustle, the acknowledgement of the fact that you did what you had to do to try to help him. Period. At the
And
end
gu-
of the
and
day.
guess who was one of my well, guess who was one of my heroes in college at the time? It's
Cool.
gonna make you laugh, bro. I had two guys that I absolutely loved. Now I didn't like the school. I liked them as players. Like when I was in high school, like I'm in high school, I'm watching all this stuff, man. I'm outside practicing. I'm trying to get my jump shot up like Mike Woodson. You ever heard of him?
Oh, come on, man.
And
Knicks.
then they also had a point guard out of the city of Chicago named Isaiah Thomas.
Lord bless you.
Them was the times, bro.
Oh, come on, man. Come
Them
on,
was
man.
the times.
I
Now,
was, the funny thing is, Freezy, why you saying this? You know what I'm saying? Because you're just a little bit older than me. So I was a jit. You know what I'm saying? I was a jitterbug around then. But I could understand because I was around
you was probably like a
that
sixth grader.
pretty much. But I'm over
Yeah.
there watching my big brothers and my cousins, you know what I'm saying? Like you doing your thing. And I'm following their lead.
Bro, I dove headfirst into bleachers for a loose ball that was way out of bounds.
Never, I
Bro.
guarantee you never did that again.
Yeah, I did it again.
Oh,
Oh my
and
God.
Yeah.
I've done Dre, when you in the moment, because I've
You're
done
not
it.
thinking, especially when you're young. You're not even
Nah, you're
thinking.
reacting, you're hustling
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
I did it against a school. I did the same thing against a school named Myrtle Beach, and I also did it against a school named Lower Richland. At Myrtle Beach. It was at home. It was at my home school, right? And I did it, and
mm,
then and I never forget. By then, I was legit about 6'5", right? And they had me listed at like 6'6". On you know how you on the thing they starting at forward at 6'6". Uncle
mm,
Freezie, you know what I'm saying? You know how you do it on homecoming and all that, bro.
Hmm.
You
mm-hmm.
think you something? You You think you something? What I tried. I got my. I
Ooh.
got my homeboy. I got my homeboy. I got my homeboy Jerome to boost my height up to 6'7" on the thing. But my coach came to me. He's like, "Yo, you know, if you 6'7", you got to play center." And I was like, "No, I'm 6'6". Yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah, but now I'm
man,
6'6". I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, man. Yeah, because
man.
because at the time that I was graduating, UCLA had a 6'6" shooting guard that was skinny like me, all arms and legs, bro. All arm and had
Mhm.
a mouth just like me, bro. All arms and legs had a mouth just like me. But and
I'm
his
trying to think.
sister was like the best basketball player in the
Reggie
history
Miller.
of
Reggie Miller.
sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Once
saying?
you mentioned the sister, then I knew.
Yep, all arms and legs, bro. That's like, yo, they used to call like cats like us at that
She
side.
was
They
the
used to,
talent in the family.
yeah,
He was just the afterthought.
yeah. They used to call cats like us Gumby, bro. You remember that show Gumby?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. What?
Yeah,
PBS?
yeah,
The
bro.
little
But
green piece of clay, you can bend it any way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Jersey
Come
City
on.
finest. Yeah,
God bless you.
yeah. Oh man, my body still hurt just thinking about that. But back in the day when you did that, when you sold out for the team, you diving on the ball, getting a loose ball, and then your coach getting pumped up. Yeah, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You're like, yeah, man, I don't say, bro, because I didn't score a lot, but I'll get them loose balls, bro. And the coach, regardless of what coach I played for, all of them had the same reaction. Like, good job, Uncle Freezie.
Yo, I can remember one time. Not sure I can top that story, but I remember one time. You know, the team had a fast break, and they saw me, and this cat saw me walking him down, and he stopped at the 3-point line, and he pulled up, and I did my best Mitchell and Robinson impression of my life,
Right.
and came right out of him and just dove, and I blocked it, and I can hear my coach saying, "No, don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna foul him. You're gonna foul him." I
Yeah.
was like, I mean, clearly you can see my whole elbow above his head,
Yeah.
knocking that block out of no, blocking that shot out of bounds. And he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Long as you do it, long as you don't make the bad play.
On the back, no, as long as you don't make the, you know what I'm saying. But I knew I could make that play, so I
Right.
get where you're coming from. So it's
Let me
crazy.
add because I'm thinking about these energy plays, man. Is Josh Hart gonna be a factor in this series
What?
like that, like with those energy type plays?
He's gonna be the yo. All right, we got an X factor. We got a couple X factors in this series. I'm glad you brought that up. We had a couple X factors. Okay,
Right.
one is Emmanuel Quickly. He's X
Okay.
factor A1. X factor A2 is RJ Barrett.
Okay.
How he's gonna respond? Will he have a good shooting game? X factor 3 is Quentin Grimes. Will he recess or be scared in the limelight of the moment?
Right.
And X factor A++ is how will we be able to use Josh Hart, who is nothing but a ball of energy,
Get
because
out and run.
get out
That
and
that's
run.
that's how you use all of them.
Exactly. You
You
know what
got
I'm
now
saying?
stop. You run and stop them from running because you don't want Donovan
Exactly.
Mitchell in the open court. You just don't. You don't
No,
even
of
want
course
Donovan
not.
Mitchell to feel like he can get out in the open floor.
No, we want to keep him in the half court to figure out and pick his try to pick his spot. You know what I'm saying? You might
Right.
get to the rim a few times. You know what I'm saying? Some
Right.
people might get beat. You know what I mean? But it's the NBA game. That dude is a tremendous talent. So you cannot put him in a vacuum
You ain't gonna be able to
and
shut
let
him
him
down.
exactly.
But what we'd like is a 8 for 23 for 27 points. If we giving up
No,
27, let it be. Let them work for
no,
everyone.
no. To keep it real with you, I want him to go 13 for 48 and get 50 points, but it just be him.
Okay.
You
That's a
know,
lot of shooting.
Gar- hey, hey, but I'm just saying though,
I know what you
you know,
mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
because like I want him to mimic what he did in Utah.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Besides Garland, like his additional perimeter help is kind of non-existent because
That's
Karis
my
LeVert
point.
can come and go. Karis LeVert can either
Um,
consistently give them 18 or he'll average 6 points for the entire series.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like one of those types of things.
yeah, but Dre, check me out though. You know what I'm saying? He's in Utah he did have Mike Conley at one point, and Mike Conley, you know what I'm saying? Not to say Mike Conley's a scorer
But he
or a
was
great,
well past his prime, like, and
yeah,
to
but
be absolutely honest, like Garland is more explosive than any version of Mike Conley, old or otherwise.
all
In
right,
terms of
well,
just scoring, like just scoring, just getting the bucket. Because I don't think I'm a check, but I don't think Mike Conley has ever averaged 20 in a season.
I think his highest thing is probably 18
No, he
points.
did average 20 in a couple seasons, but not very. But that was literally 10 years into his career.
Yeah, but
He
that was the
averaged 20.
grindhouse era too.
Yeah, where he was the main focal point. But in terms of like being an explosive scorer, Garland can get 30 at any in any game. I don't I never had that type of faith in Mike Conley, even at his peak, to give you 30 in a playoff game or average 30 over like 3 games. Like he's very
I
explosive when he needs to be.
But with that said, also too, you know what I'm saying? I don't see not Mike.
Garland.
Darius Garland, and them beating us. You know, with a especially with a front court that does not really can get you over the hump. You
Well,
know what I mean?
what do you mean by that? Like
Okay, what I
their
mean by
front
that,
court?
like just say if we play our front court plays much better against them, and they're averaging 10 points a game. That means that Donovan Mitchell has to
10
drop at
between
least
two players, or each of them are averaging 10.
10 between two players.
That is nah, that's not gonna happen. That would be if that were to happen, we'd win every game by 30.
Not excuse me, 10 players. Two players getting 10 points apiece.
Oh, like they're averaging 10. Both of them are
Exactly,
averaging 10,
exactly. Because I like
which is
if
which is
w-
kind of plausible. Yeah.
yeah, but that's not means the games are close. Am I correct?
Right.
Because due to the fact that the young man who's the oh man the power forward
Mobley.
Mobley, yeah, he has to average at least 15 points.
That's what he does
He,
average though.
no, I'm saying, but he's gonna have to average his season average with the 20 points from Garland and the 25 plus points from this, him,
Yeah,
and then
because
of course,
yeah, they don't have depth like that.
yeah,
So
and then
so they're gonna need the stars to perform at a high level every single game.
exactly, Jared Allen,
Whereas whereas
Ja-
if like RJ has a bad game, Grimes or IQ or Hart could all pick up his slack.
Right.
Their slack
with
is
ease,
not there.
with
Is not
ease,
there. Yeah, their slack is not there. Like they
exactly.
from the perimeter, they need Garland, Karis LeVert, and Donovan Mitchell to bring it every night. And I only have faith in two of them bringing it
Okay.
every night.
Exactly, because I just, everybody keeps talking about Karis Levert, and I'm just saying to myself, I do not see this dude.
The only
He had,
Leverts I like that's from Ohio, that's from
hmm
Cleveland is
you already
He's actually
know,
related to them, if y'all didn't know.
it's called the OJs.
He's actually related to the
Wow,
cousin,
I
Oh
didn't know
well,
that.
distant cousin.
I
oh
didn't know
well,
that.
oh well. He better get his singing notes out and holler at Gamble and Huff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To get a record deal
yeah.
because then you know what I'm saying. On Saturday, I'm not planning on seeing him trying to do something to us. But that's for real.
Yeah, Karis LeVert is the third cousin of Eddie LeVert.
Okay, okay.
God bless him.
Karis LeVert, Eddie LeVert. Yeah, man. I remember singing. I remember hearing Casanova for the first time. I was
Oh
like,
man.
Casanova? Cause I ain't gonna lie, of all the groups that was out, and I'm gonna get back to the point real quick. But of all the groups that were out, my favorite group was this group called Cameo. Right?
Because
It's just something about like that
they,
time when
cause they were
Kiss.
last to the funk groups.
Yes,
So you like
yes,
to dance, basically.
that's where the ladies was at.
On the
What I'm gonna
floor.
do? Be over here with the dudes? You
Nah.
know what I'm saying?
You were heavy D
Stand up,
before heavy D.
stand up on the wall.
Nah, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, girl, I see you. Okay, okay. Yeah, but I remember hearing that song. I was talking to a girl. No lie, Lee. I was talking to a girl in a part of town that I shouldn't have been at. Right, but I knew people over there, but I shouldn't have been over there. But the girl lived
It's,
over there.
of
Right.
course, it's always like that.
And that's the way it is, right? And,
Mm.
and so and so I'm over there, and then I hear this joint. She bring out her little. You remember the little dual deck radios or the thin radios? They was probably about this big, had a double cassettes on it.
Of course.
So the joint come on the radio, the new joint from the Verb. You know what I mean? So blah blah. 98.7 Kiss FM. Get your Kiss card ready. The Kiss van to be in your neighborhood. This is how they used to talk back in the day, right?
Nah,
The
because
Kiss van to be
you're
in your
you're lying.
neighborhood.
You're lying. You're lying. It's not Kiss. It was BLS, but it's cool.
Nah, the Kiss van. Yeah, I met Eric. I met.
No,
Yeah.
the song is coming over BLS before it's coming over Kiss. But
Okay, probably.
mhm. But you
Probably.
good?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, probably. I probably got them mixed up, but I remember meeting Eric B on. It might have been BLS. It might have been BLS where I met Eric B. And that
No,
dude
no.
looked like.
If you met Eric B, you met him on Kiss. What I'm
Okay.
saying is because you know what? Because I hate to change this all up and throw this all off. BLS was the more of the R&B station, and Kiss FM was the hip hop station
Yeah,
when we were coming up.
yeah. Because BLS would play that Kashif, or they play that
Exactly.
Kashif, or they play that Patrice Russian.
Hmm. And
But I
now,
remember I was
and the
hollering at the
Quiet
girl.
Storm was perfect on the Quiet Storm was perfect on what WBLS.
WBLS. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No doubt, no doubt. And I remember hollering at her, and she was like a real. She was. They was Nigerian, right from
Mm-hmm.
Africa. She used to just say she's from Africa. She used to go to our church. So I'm going over there. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
holler. Man. I walk up. My little brother, want to go. The little brother, man, he passed away. He in heaven now, but he used to like want to tag along.
God
I'm
bless.
like, nah, man. Go. He tag along anyway. Every time I look, he'll hide behind like these big blue mailboxes that used to be on the corner. Y'all remember those?
Oh, come on, man! The big blue and green, but it's cool.
Yeah, right there by the bus stop.
Exactly.
It'd be like
What,
a phone booth, a mailbox, and it'd be like the bus stop. But anyways,
and then a fire alarm.
yeah. And so I remember talking. She like, you all the way over here. These boys gonna beat you up. I ain't worried about them. I came over here about you. I came over here. I take this. I take that L. As long as I see you, right? Casanova come on the radio. Casanova. And I'm like, oh, she girl. And she like, you can dance. And yo, we on the street, like, it's like that, it's the stoop and it's like the sidewalk and people parking their cars or whatever.
Hmm.
And so she put the radio on her mama car and we out there dancing. I'm doing my little, okay, girl, I see you. Okay. And
Slick two
all her
step.
friends, yeah. No, I ain't doing no two-step. Rock and dance. I ain't doing no two-step,
Whatever.
bro. I ain't doing no two-step.
It was
Nah,
really
man.
Chat, it was really a bro two step, but we ain't go there.
Nah, man. Bro, even now, I'll see. I'll two step now because I'm hurt. But if
Mm.
I mess around and have some Cavassier, you never know what happened. You know what I'm saying? You mess around
This-
and we mess around and like break the seal on some hen, you never know what happened.
oh, Lord have mercy.
You know what I'm saying? But
Liquid
anyway,
courage.
yes, yes. It just it's lube. It just like it's like get you loose or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
It's the next day that you got to worry about.
it's the next day that I'm calling out of work. And not because of no hangover either. It's because everything hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everything
dang,
but
how my
the
foot is
head.
swollen. You know what I'm saying? Be like that. Like, how my
Yeah.
foot is swollen. You know. But anyways, yeah, man. You know, I feel you on the thing about the Cavs, bro. If Karis LeVert is the dude that knock us out of the playoffs, then we just got to live with it.
Yo,
We,
Freezie,
we just got we just got to live with it, bro. Ain't nothing you could do. Ain't nothing you could do about that.
bro, I do not see this cat doing that though. Because if we have too many X factors to go against that one.
Right.
They are not as deep as us. They are not. They remind us of they remind me of us 2 years ago.
Really?
Super hyper talented player with a cast of somewhat okay players.
Oh, I won't say that because they have two All Stars from last year on that team,
Yeah.
not including Donovan
Outside
Mitchell.
outside outside
Not
of Donovan,
including not including Donovan Mitchell. They have two All Stars.
Yeah.
man, but yeah, but Darius Garland. Not to say
He's
I'm listen, man. I'm not trying to destroy Darius
he
Garland.
might not be ready yet in your mind because this is his first playoff experience.
Who Garland?
That's one.
Yeah,
Yes,
he didn't make it through the play-in. They lost in the play-in.
Okay.
This is his
that's
first
one.
playoff series.
That's one. And let me tell you something. Jared Allen. Listen, unfortunately, my my punk ass older son is a Nets fan, and he loved Jared Allen. And I used to look at him and like, why do you like that human? Look, he looks like a number two pencil. You know what I'm saying? With that stupid afro and that headband. You know what I'm saying? But I had to sit back and understand. And I was like, why did New Jersey trade him? And I saw how much of an asset this young man is. You know,
They gave him away for that hard deal to go through, which
yeah, but
which is
what the
crazy
what
because he
yeah,
would have
what
been perfect with that team. But yeah,
exactly, which was stupid. But that's an argument
But they felt
for
like they
years
can
down the line.
replace 8-8 because at the time he was just 8-8. That's it.
yeah,
Yo,
but they
just
they
like
didn't they
Hall of
didn't
Fame.
account for all the defense and the other things that he accounts for.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Because
how
if
we
you look at Mitchell Robinson, he's roughly 8 and 8.
thank you guys. That was my point. You just stole. If
Right.
we look at Mitchell Robinson, and you know how Knicks fans, Mitchell Robinson ain't this, he ain't that, and he goes somewhere else and he drops 10 a double double.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
How we like Knicks fans be like, how the hell we let that go?
Right. Right. Nah, man. I feel you. What I'm saying is I'm not saying that I'd agreed with them, but they're looking at getting a two-time NBA MVP, and they'll give up a developing, bouncy 6'11" big man with no offensive skills. They probably
I
felt like they probably felt like they probably felt like they had him on the roster already.
yeah,
Surprise. They
Probably,
already had, yeah.
but
You know
he
what I'm
but
saying?
he needed more seasoning at
He
that.
did. He did, but he was a second round pick, a late first round pick, right?
Yeah,
we might as well say a second round pick. But still, the
Yeah.
point of it all is where I'm trying to go with is like I just do not see Karis LeVert being that X factor to push the rest of those somewhat sometimey players over the hump.
Okay.
it, it it's you
I
gotta
just can't see
it
it.
it is a 7 game series, and they're very top heavy in terms of their offensive talent, which is why they're not the greatest offensive team. But just off the fact that it is a 7 game series, you're gonna run into an outlier game where dudes are shooting 48% from three.
It happens.
Yeah, you're right, nephew. I agree with you, nephew. I agree with you all the way. One thing when you talk, like I say, it's like Eve Hunting. When Eve Hunting speaks, I listen.
Right.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Right.
my point to you is this: is that I do not disagree with you. I expect to see some type of semblance of what you say, but to some degree, I just do not see this particular Nick team. I can see I can see them take the blow. You know what I'm saying? In other words, we're in the fifth or
Their
sixth
best
round,
punch, like their best punch, you think we can withstand it? Is what you're saying?
and I can see it coming, and I'm prepared for it, and now I'm ready to rebound from it.
I said it before. My biggest X factors is if RJ outperforms Karis LeVert, we win this series in five.
That's the
Yep.
point. That's the point. Oh, that's the
I'm with
point.
I'm with I'm with Drake. I'm with Drake on that. But I'm taking mine a step further. Lee, if the Knicks rebound the ball, if Randall, I'll tell you what, if Randall is 22-13 in this series, we sweep him.
Say that again, free, because you kind of broke up a little
If
bit.
Randall is 22 points and 13 rebounds in this series, we're sweeping.
Oh yes, sir,
Now,
without question.
here's the thing: if Randall is 30 and 8 and 30 and 9 in this series, yes.
Wow.
Because if Randall's around a 20 point mark, it means we're getting balanced scoring and we're just out depthing them, and
Right.
everybody's involved and included.
Right.
When he's forced to get into the 30s, that means Quentin Grimes is taking like 4 shots.
Yep. Josh Hart's not shooting. RJ's inefficient. The team's not running. Every basket is a grind.
Right.
We end the game with 79 shot attempts.
So in other words,
If that's where we at, then we are playing
uh,
right into
Then
Cleveland's hand.
yeah, they would
they
not not
because
not that not that Randall's points are unimpactful. It's like you get diminished returns. Like
Right.
when you
I
keep
got
going
you.
to the same well over and over and over, then
If
then the rest of the
I get
guys are just not as impactful or as
exactly.
good. Yeah.
Oh, no, no, nephew, I get what you're saying, and you and Freezy. In other words, we need more than one well open in order to beat this team.
Right. Lee, what I'm saying is this: if everybody is scoring within the flow of the game, that means Randall was probably like 22 and 13, 22 and 4, 22 and 15.
He's
Randall
not
Randall
dumping.
Randall is getting 23 on 14 shots
Yeah, yeah, and a bunch of trips to the free throw line because he grabbed offensive rebounds and he's getting fouled on putbacks.
and applying pressure.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Like Mitch
Cause
and
yeah,
Randall
yeah,
shooting
yeah.
a lot of free throws.
Cause
Quick,
like
quick.
when you see 14 shots on the stat sheet, doesn't necessarily mean he actually just attempted 14 shots. He was putting the pressure on the defense 21, 22 times,
Yeah,
and he got fouled attempting, and he just missed.
and he missed. Yeah, yeah, and they don't
Uh,
count. Yeah, right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, uh, you know, I'm not saying that we can bully them inside, right? It's hard to bully teams inside nowadays
I
because you
think we
never
can though.
because no, I'm just saying because
Okay,
the
okay.
refereeing is unpredictable.
Right.
Facts.
That's the reason why I say that. Not because teams don't try. It's like you can try to do it, but depending on what group of referees you get, you never know what the whistle is going to be like.
And I
And
pray we
like
don't get we don't get the JV league.
I
and
hope we
like
don't get Lisa
the
Stansfield. If we get Lisa Stansfield, we ain't winning nothing.
Man,
it it,
I just
it,
want
it
to say, you know what?
yeah, go
I'll
ahead,
pack
Lee.
my bags up and go on home.
It it's it's one of those things where if they play out of character, which is like them trying to be overly physical, it may not bode well for them.
Yeah, that'd be out of the character. Yeah.
and it can spiral out of control when they become over physical. And like the league is about reputation. Teams are not gonna look at Mobley as a tough guy. So when he's like pushing guys off their spot, he's obviously fouling them. So
Right.
like
Obviously.
so it might not work in their favor. So like I think it's key that we get their bigs in foul trouble or in a dilemma or where they have to make decisions. If I have to take this foul or I have to like let it go for the sake
Right.
of me continuing to play. And
Right.
sometimes those shots that they let go gets guys going.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying to you. Ultimately, boss, we want to impose our will. It's the way that we play. It's our style of play. Defensively, strategically we are a strategic defense that does it physically, right? And
Agree.
Cleveland is a reactionary defense that does it athletically.
Mm.
If I can describe it in a way where the viewers can understand where I'm going with this, right? Because Jarrett Allen is not PJ Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett Allen has got cat quickness for a big. He can jump out the gym and he's athletic,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
right? But when it comes to being strong, while he's strong, he's got wiry strength, but
That
that he doesn't
ultimate
have that
Shaq,
Blake Griffin
big
strength.
man.
No. No, he's not.
Girth, he doesn't have girth. Pause.
Yeah, yeah, he's not Andre Drummond just walking through knocking buildings over by
Mm.
accident strong. You,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? And
That bull
so
in the China shop.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
So once he start moving people, then you refs are gonna be like, yo, come on,
yeah,
man.
he fouling. Yeah, he fouling. It's like he's not Mason Plumlee. Like when you watch Mason Plumlee is strong as an ox, but he's also a good athlete, though he don't look like it,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. If y'all remember when
He's a
Mason
good
Plumlee,
vertical athlete, not like agility wise. Like
well,
I think,
he's fast too, bro.
but in a defensive context, like
Oh yeah, okay,
his,
okay,
his
okay.
pick and roll defense
Right.
trash.
Nah, he's not the Matrix now. Well, I'm not calling him the Matrix anything. What I'm saying
Mm-mm.
is when you look at him in the face, he don't look like an athlete.
Right.
But he
He
is the
doesn't
dude that
scare you.
he's the dude that posterized LeBron in his rookie year
Right.
when he
Right.
was with the
Mm.
Nets.
Mm.
He the dude that cocked it back with two hands and yammed on LeBron. Bro, you got to be a man to do that, bro. Back then, Miami Heat LeBron, psh, man, look,
You talking about LeBron as he was peaking?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, bro. But fellas, man, my energy's still totally up about this, and the way I feel has not wavered. You
Okay.
know, and I'm not going to jump out the window and say we're gonna get him a five. Me, I'm six, but I'm gonna go. I'm all four. Well, you want to sweep them? I'm gonna
I
give it the five.
There
I
is a
th-
pathway though.
I think it ends up Knicks in six.
Right.
Everybody's saying Knicks in six. I'm gonna go with five. I'm gonna go with the latter because just something
I
tells
think
me
that I think there's a thing where it's like when it's that last home game for a team, like, they don't want to go out on their own court
No.
and keep it a buck. Refs play into that too. So
of
Right.
course.
refs
I
feel
think
that energy too.
the NBA be trying to get you to extend series,
Yeah.
get that
Exactly
playoff
because
money.
yeah, they need that money.
Yeah.
So with that said, that's why if it's six games, it's definitely done in six games.
So, Dre, let me ask you. Let me do the conspiracy theory before I get on because I'm not doing the next morning drive in the morning because I got a bunch of appointments booked for in the
Same,
morning. I got a
same.
conspiracy theory for you, just real quick.
Hold on. Before you get going, let me find my tinfoil hat real quick. Where's that?
Man, it's got to be officially tinfoil now. It can't be aluminum foil.
Mm.
It's Reynolds.
It's
Oh
Reynolds
damn!
wrap.
Nah, it needs to be real tinfoil,
It's got to be
not the
real
Reynolds.
tin.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's got to be real tin, like old timers used to put on their roof.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't
So
got
so
that.
here's the thing. Here's the question I want to get to. The lottery gives us the 11 pick. The Knicks get swept. What are you doing at 11?
We get swept.
Swept. Yeah.
Ooh, wholesale changes.
Man,
RJ's probably going. That pick is going. Obi going. We keeping IQ. We keeping Grimes. We're finding a wing that's out there.
Fournier's
However,
going.
however marginal we view like the wing market, uh, I don't know if the wing market is particularly robust. Or or we trade up in the draft.
Hmm.
We swing some sort of three-way deal where we remove guys like RJ and we move up in the draft and like target a specific wing that's in the 5-6 range that we're all in on. But that would be like a once fell swoop of trimming the fat and filling in a particular uh, the most needed position, the wing. It's basically like a one fell swoop move to fill the wing with someone that you want, either a near all star or all star wing or a very young high ceiling
Would you trade?
guy like Cam Whitmore or something.
Would you trade quickly and Obi to Houston for Brandon Miller?
No,
No.
no.
Would you trade Grimes
I
and
saw
Obi to
my bad,
Houston for
Freezy.
Brandon Miller?
No, no. I saw him in that tourney. He granted it is a tourney, but he looked terrible in that tourney in high leverage situations, high
Yeah,
pressure moments. He
yeah.
looked terrible. Like I think legitimately one of the worst shooting performances from any like highly projected lotto pick type guy.
Are you interested in a wing player?
Yes.
Yes.
A legit wing, not a four in college that's gonna come here and play the three. I'm talking about a legit wing player with wing
So no
skill.
Cam Whitmore?
Mm,
Because Cam Whitmore got wing skills. He got actual guard skills.
yeah,
Even though
Cam.
he's gonna play probably small ball four in the league. He's
Yeah,
he's like
but you already have a
He's like
four.
Miles Bridges with handle.
But you already have a
What, six
four.
seven, 6'8"?
You want to bring in another Obi?
No,
No.
don't do Cam Whitmore's athleticism like that.
Well, the
Because
thing is,
Obi is more of a straight line athlete.
right?
With no
No, no,
disrespect to
I'm not
Obi.
talking about. I'm not comparing him to Obi. I'm comparing him to Obi's situation.
Oh, okay.
A power forward in college come here and is playing behind a two-time All Star, two-time All NBA player. And
Because
and
I feel like
you
he
don't
could
have to
play
pick
the
on him.
three in the league though. That's my thing. I feel like he legitimately with his jumper or his ceiling in his jumper and his handle, he could
Right,
play the three in the league. He's just gonna be a big three compared
right,
to the rest of the league where teams are trotting out Reggie Bullocks at the three.
right. Yeah, yeah.
6'4", 6'5" guys.
Yeah,
Um,
but his athleticism, his quick twitch,
right.
his defensive ability, he could guard any wing
I mean,
like off the bat.
is it like twitch like my man Benedict Mathurin?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
Well,
explosive.
in a more bulky form, like look at Miles Bridges. He's Miles Bridges with guard skills.
Okay,
Right.
so
That's how I view him.
he's like 6'7", 6'8",
Yeah,
230.
super explosive. Around 220, around 220 to 230.
Somebody Cam Whitmore. Yeah,
Yeah, super explosive.
Okay.
yeah.
And what school he
Probably
went to?
Villanova.
Villanova.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Now you got me
That
doing
that
some
that
research.
that that's like Freezie has a man crush on Trey Man. That's my man crush on Cam Whitmore. I
Yeah.
need that guy on the team.
Trey Murphy, bro.
Yeah,
Trey Murphy is if I gotta make a trade in the offseason, that's the guy.
you
Hmm.
get him before his price gets too hot.
Before it's too high, and that'll be next year.
Oh yeah,
And
because
who's he with?
Pelicans.
Yeah. You gotta get him now because Zion will be back healthy in about a week.
Speaking about Zion, did you see what he said
Yeah, he
today?
not coming back till he feel 100%.
I don't like how that sounds.
I don't like how that sound, bro.
It
If,
sounds
if I
very,
if
very
I'm New
Ben
Orleans,
Simmons-ish. That sounds
it,
very Ben Simmons-ish.
if I'm New Orleans, I don't like that. If I'm the NBA, I love it.
'Cause if I'm the NBA, I love it because that's one guy that's gonna try to move to a bigger market.
Yep.
Because don't nobody want to
Exactly.
see the Pelicans play. Let's just keep it a buck.
Right.
You
Even
know,
when they had Baron Davis, even when they had Chris Paul,
No matter.
I'm like, hey,
It don't
no,
matter.
nobody's trying to.
you talking about, see, you talking about the Hornets. You're not talking about the
Yeah,
Pelicans.
but they weren't
But
in New Orleans.
Yeah,
anyway,
They were
and
the
it,
New Orleans Hornets for a minute. Then they changed
yeah,
their name to the Pelicans.
with Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler,
Mhm.
right?
shoot,
But yeah, what I'm getting at though, bro, is I think the Pelicans are gonna blow it up.
that's my point. And I was thinking about
All of them
that.
dudes are gonna be gone. Herb Jones will stay. Trey Murphy will
All
stay.
of them.
Yep, but I think Zion gone. I think CJ McCollum gone, and I think
Brandon
Well,
maybe
Ingram.
they're gonna keep Brandon Ingram, is what you're saying.
it depends. It depends on what they get in return because you got to look at your roster after you trade Zion to say Charlotte, right? If you after you trade
I
Zion,
wouldn't trade Zion and Charlotte because they got some good barbecue out there. So I don't know if that's.
yeah, but dude, you got good food
He's home. He's home. He's going home. That's the point you missed, Dre.
if you got money, there's good food everywhere.
Yeah, man. Oh, and if you meet a girl that can cook, it don't matter if y'all shacking up on the moon, bro. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? But ultimately, what I'm getting at is C.J. McCollum. You know they got to move off C.J. McCollum because he don't look himself no more,
He's
right?
washed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, do you really want to keep playing Trey Murphy at the two just so that you could play Herb Jones? You know what I'm saying?
It, it's it's weird because it's like they try to like do that completely switchability thing. Because like if it came down to it, who would guard a two or a one? It would be Herb Jones.
Herb Jones, yeah,
So like they might line him up as a two, kind of like how Franz Wagner is, but
yeah.
he ain't really a two,
He
and
ain't
he
really
isn't
a
really
two,
checking the twos. He's just listed as a two. And
right?
they probably put the more athletic or agile guy on the court to guard the point of attack.
Right.
So it's like one of those weird things where it's like lineup
Yo, the Pelicans
dependent
don't even have a first round pick.
because they traded for CJ, I believe.
The Pelicans don't have. Oh, yes, they do. They pick 14. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
they
Yeah,
definitely gave something up for CJ though.
yeah,
Must have been last year's pick.
yeah. I think they gave up Josh Hart and something.
Yeah, it had to be it. That had to be it.
Okay, okay. But in this draft, you're looking at the Knicks don't necessarily have a pick. I do see Indiana's 26 and 29 picks.
Which is what I was mentioning like Obi might be going for one of those.
Um,
who?
Obi,
Obi Obi might be going for one of those
No,
because
no. I'm talking about who's pick 20,
Indiana.
29.
yeah,
Okay, that's
because he's kind of a match made in heaven with Tyrese Halliburton's skill set,
Right,
ability to shoot the three, ability to run the break, ability to catch lobs.
right, and no defense. And no defense. That's what they're doing in Indiana. But I think they like their power forward though. I think they like Jalen Smith. I think they like Zeke Jackson. Zeke Jackson. I would rather have Zeke Jackson right
I
now
would
over.
say that Freezy, but when they were healthy, Jalen Smith was getting DMPs.
Yeah, I think they were tanking.
I'm when he, but this is the thing. Like when they weren't tanking, he was getting DMPs.
They weren't playing Jalen Smith. What in the world's going on with Indiana?
They weren't playing Jalen Smith for extended amounts of time, like 10 game gaps, like nothing.
Wow. Yeah, they're tanking. They're tanking hardcore, bro. Cause they weren't playing. They were
No,
not
I'm
playing
saying
Chris.
earlier in the year, Jalen Smith wasn't getting burned. He was getting intermittent games. Like
Okay.
I'll tell you right now. I'll look it up right now. Jalen
Because
Smith.
they were not playing Chris Duarte either.
Chris Duarte was hurt.
That was no, his minutes are cut, bro.
No, I mean he was hurt, and then they cut it completely. Like
Okay.
he missed like a month's time of just injuries. I think it's his
Okay.
ankle or something like that. Like it was a really nasty ankle. But like around like the beginning of the year, he played almost every game until
Okay.
around the 50 game mark, and they were
Yeah.
still healthy and trying. And then he just started getting DNPs,
Yeah. Duarte played
DNP.
19 minutes a game.
But
And he
the reason why his minutes went down is because they added a bunch of guards.
yeah.
Like
And
Ben
and
Matherin came up and took his entire like all his minutes from last year that
yeah.
he was getting as a just a shooting guard.
Yeah.
Ben Matherin came and took that. Was
Well,
like
and Ben
nah.
Matherin earned all those minutes too, bro.
Oh yeah. When I say he took, yeah, you're right. He
He
definitely
took
earned it because well, he is a better player. So
yeah. Yeah, man.
and
And
they
they
should prioritize his development because he's going to be their two guard in the future.
yeah. Yeah, he's got dog in him too.
Mm.
Yeah, he's got dog in him. What
They're
about
they're go ahead,
they
please.
have they have another guy that we like. Who's the other guy they have that we like, bro? The guard?
Is he a
Oh,
guard?
oh, Nimard. Nimard is a guy that we
I
like.
I like Andrew Nemert, but he has a lot to go, a long ways to go in terms of like number one, filling out his NBA body.
Yeah, he started 63 games, bro.
Did he start 62 games?
He
I don't
played in
believe it.
75, started 63. Yeah.
He started 63.
Yep.
Am I losing my mind?
Yeah, and he played 27.7 minutes a game.
Wow, I didn't. Okay, yeah, because they wanted to bring Ben Matherin off the bench. Like the
Yeah.
whole first half of the year, it was Ben Matherin off the bench,
Yeah.
and their two guard position was in flexibility. Like it was awry,
Right.
but damn it, it didn't seem like he played that many
It
minutes.
didn't seem like it, right? But he was a baller. And
I
he's
know, I
6'3",
know,
right?
I know. He lit up. Yeah, he's no, he's 6'5". Actually,
Okay.
it's just he's so slight a frame. He seems smaller because he gets bullied a lot,
Right. Right.
and he's a little bit older for a rookie. He's like 23. So
Yeah. How old is Chris Duarte? 26?
yeah, he's like 25. Should be 26 going into next year because he
He's
came out of Oregon. He came out of
nah, he'll be
Oregon old.
26. He'll turn 26 in June.
Oh, so yeah, that's what I meant. 26 going into the next season.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Like I didn't know the exact date, but I knew he was gonna turn it before because I remember in the draft they were like he just turned da 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 da, and it was
Right.
just like around the draft time or
Okay.
before or after, which is what people were afraid of him. But even though his skill set translate, it translates to being a really good role player
Right.
for a long time and not the highest ceiling.
And he does know how to play.
Yeah,
He
he's
does
smart.
know how to play. He does know how to play.
He had a lot of seasoning for
Yeah.
sure. So
Well, that too. That too. Yeah. So what would you do if you the Knicks? Are you trading the
say that
pick?
again. Your mic, I couldn't hear you. What you say?
Let me
No,
see.
you good. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah. So what would you do? Are you trading the pick outright? Are you trading some? Are you consolidating some of your young players,
Well,
or are
well,
you targeting a specific player?
well, what I think the Knicks will do, the Knicks like they did last year, they assist all routes. They tried to trade up, didn't happen.
Right.
Uh, they tried to get off some contracts. They tried to target specific guys. They because because if we did the move to trade for Ivy, do we do still sign Brunson? Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. And you bring Ivy off the bench. He ain't starting.
No.
He ain't even getting minutes. He would have been behind Cam and him because his game is so raw that he had
Yeah,
to
but
fight his way up the depth chart, which I respect.
But he be, but I also don't. I don't also don't know if I could say that because whatever capital that we would have been willing to give up, we'd be more invested in seeing it through because we gave up something to get him. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
then again, we gave up something to get Cam. We ain't give a damn about that.
and we ain't care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Not even a little bit.
We was talking trash about it before he even got here. You know what I'm saying? So so I don't know. I don't know, man. I think I'm in that weird situation where um what do you do if you're the Knicks? This summer, I don't know. I don't know if there is a move to be made. I think we're probably
This is why I was like, if the big move happens, it's the following summer. But you threw in this caveat of being swept, and if you get swept, that puts a little bit of a hot seat on everyone, you know.
yeah.
But if there is no caveat of being swept, then
But if you just lose, you and say you
if
you
you lose
lose
in
4 games
six or
to 2,
seven, then it's like no, there's no massive move to be had or anything. You try to bide your time in terms of growth from the guys that we do have. Run it back, maybe another year, maybe get another free agent, replace Derrick Rose with somebody, and run it back essentially. And then you make the big splash the year after that, when when all your assets are at peak value,
right?
like guys, because for instance, trading RJ over the summer is immediately throwing him out there for 4 years to a team at not necessarily its highest value right this second, unless he balls out in playoffs.
Right.
Doing
Right.
it next year, next summer, teams have a better outlook on his future prospects, and if he has a better bounce back year, his value skyrockets for
Right.
sure because then he's 23 with 3 years left on a decent contract.
Right.
And then Grimes, of course, we don't want we like how we put it this way, Freezy, we don't want the guys that are having a role right now to reduce their role because if that happens, then their value goes down. Then
Right.
flipping one of them, like the perspective of like flipping one of them for a star is easier than flipping two of them. You know what I'm saying? Like less,
Would you
it's
trade
less you
RJ?
throwing
Would
dirty.
you trade RJ for Jonathan Kaminga?
No, not
Yeah,
like
that's tricky,
it.
right? That's a
It
trick, right?
because look, Jonathan Kaminga's ceiling is ridiculous.
Yep.
Like it's very ridiculous how
Yeah.
high he can get, but it's also his lows and he just completely disappears.
Sometimes he just looked like a dummy.
Oh yeah, he like he's just like there's
Like,
nothing in his
why are you
head.
looking that into a complicated scheme and you just let your man blow by you for a dunk?
It's like the things about his physical characteristics are
Oh,
just
but yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
like
And then
he's like not even he doesn't have LeBron's coordination, but if we were talking like body,
right,
he has
right.
the LeBron build.
Would you trade RJ for Scotty Barnes?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I, it's I'm keeping real with you, Freezy. I would because well, I think he regressed this year for sure. He definitely regressed,
Yeah.
but you also have to take into account that he's a legit 6'10", has and his ceiling. You have to look at it from a ceiling perspective, and his ceiling is it surpasses a lot of what RJ could be. And he presents guard skills in a sense, and he has vision. He can be a point forward or a quasi point forward at times.
I
But he's a little clunky and stiff. But it's like
yeah, that's the thing that bothered me.
it's like but the highs I saw in his rookie year, I was like I can't take that away from him. You know,
Yeah, I'm a
I
little bit
I don't know
off.
I don't know if the Raptors do that, even though RJ is the king of Toronto. Clearly,
I think Toronto's gonna blow it up too.
yeah, I think they're gonna blow it up and leave Barnes. I
I
think
think
they're
they're gonna
gonna.
blow it up and get rid of Scotty Barnes too.
I don't know about
I,
that, Freezy.
I
I
would
think they're gonna
trade
keep.
RJ for Shy Alexander.
We all would,
Yeah,
Adam.
no doubt.
I would
without
give RJ to OKC and get Alexander to the Knicks.
we. Hey, look, I would love a 30-point score here for RJ.
And Adam, so you would prefer SGA over Dame Lillard?
Well, Damian Lillard's point guard.
Yeah,
What player in the Knicks would you trade to Portland for Dame?
I ain't trading nobody for Dame Lillard.
No, I don't want no parts of that.
Really? Wow.
I don't want
None.
no parts of that. He's in that space where
Yeah, but Portland's not gonna.
he's an undersized guard relatively. He's 6'2", 6'3",
Right.
Yeah, but Portland's not gonna give up
and
Dame without getting something back.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
somebody will give up a king's ransom, like a team that's like on the borderline of being a contender and they just need a point guard.
Somebody
But
to get over the hump. The Lakers would do it in a heartbeat.
oh yeah,
If
without
the Lakers
question,
had assets, they would. That would have been already been done.
right?
Yeah, but
They would do it,
I don't see
or
Dame. I don't see Dame going to LA.
Right.
Oh,
it's a weird space because Dame is legitimately like he's like one injury from that being a complete albatross contract for the next 3 4 years,
Yeah.
and with no means to recover because
Yep. You stuck.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yep. Yeah. I would.
and
I would.
I like Dame as a player.
And I like Dame as a player and a person and a
Right.
rapper.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
Dame can ball. He
Oh,
would be
oh,
a
that's
perfect point guard here in the Knicks.
I, I ain't no perfect point guard, but I love Dame.
As Brunson the backup point guard.
Nah, they got to play together. You can't. Nah, you can't put.
And,
Yeah.
and then they
No,
play together, and who is playing
if
defense at the
N-
point of attack?
nobody.
you would put
Hey,
you
Nobody.
would
hey,
put
look, it's just isolate. It's just, hey, look, man, our point guard's gonna get 60, period,
Yeah.
tonight.
you have two point guards on the first line
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
teams
Atlanta's
do
and
doing
it.
it.
I
what
mean, yeah,
and
teams do
quickly
it.
come off the bench
Yeah. Like he's coming off the
as a
bench
second
now.
point guard.
Third point guard. Yeah. He's
A
coming off the
third,
bench
yeah.
now. He's coming off
It,
the bench now. Yeah.
it happens. Yeah. You'd be like a better Bogdanovich.
Yeah. Even we did it. We did it with Earl Monroe and Clyde Frazier and won a championship doing it. And I know it's a different era, but you know, yeah, yeah, man. I would say how we improve the team this summer. I don't want to put the cart before the horse because I want to make sure I want to buy my Eastern Conference Finals T-shirts first, right? That's what I like to do this summer. New York Knicks Eastern Conference finalists.
I
You know what I'm
hope they don't
saying?
put a banner up for that. Don't do that.
Why not?
You want the Eastern Conference Finals banner?
Yes.
Just a participation for being.
Oh, or would you rather put up a banner? We went 17-65 and drafted Frank Banner.
Oh no,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. It's not
number
like winning the
number one
conference.
overall draft pick banner.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, and the Knicks, and by the way, the Knicks hit 17 wins twice.
No payoff, by the way. Zero payoff.
Porzingis and RJ Barrett.
Should have did it one more time. We might have had Anthony Edwards here instead. Even though he
Yeah,
played terrible tonight, by the way. But
yeah, yeah. He did not make his start in the playoffs,
it's
right?
it's funny. It's funny. The playing is not listed as anything. There's no recorded stats for
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
it.
I know. But for the fans, to us, it's the playoffs because it's extra
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah. For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Because it's not regular season. You know what I'm
It
saying?
means
So,
something. It
yeah,
means something.
yeah, yeah. So
By the
eh,
way, that was one of the worst basketball games I've seen in
the
terms
Lakers and
of
Timberwolves.
the end of that game. The last 12 minutes of basketball was some of the worst
They
basketball
need a
I've
point
seen.
guard, bro.
You know what, Freezy? It looked like it. They both look like teams that played 83 games.
Okay, two tired teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they just look like when you saw LeBron at the end, he was caught at gasping for air and
yeah.
slowing down, and like he just looked
And
gas.
he
It
missed
just
a
looked
bunch of games this year.
eh, right, but he also had to come back and try to get back in basketball shape off that
Yeah,
foot injury. So it's like he's in a weird space where physically his body is worn down, but his stamina isn't even all the way back. So
Yeah.
he's like getting hit in both
Double
ways.
negative. Yeah.
So, so
Yeah.
physically he's still worn down from playing 60 something games,
Yeah.
but his stamina is lost from being off his foot for 3 weeks.
Okay. So let me throw the scenario out there that gets us to a championship. Right. I would just throw it out there. I'm gonna be honest. And I love the guys. I'm not saying blow it up. I'm just throwing it's guys and gals. If y'all watching this, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, support the channel, subscribe to the newsletter. We have the newsletter in the description. Dre, I put the I don't know if you saw it, but in the body of the in the description box,
Hmm.
I put the link to the newsletter, and Nev and I both have articles. I wrote
Oh,
an
okay.
article called "The Hive,"
Oh
how I
yeah.
break
Oh
down the
yeah. I'm gonna get
beginning
into
of
that. I'm gonna get into
yeah,
that.
yeah, man. How
I'm gonna get into
how
that.
the Knicks Hive started, and I sent an invitation to Ricky Lito
Hmm.
to come on and talk to me about it. You remember Ricky
Oh
Lito?
yeah, I remember. He was on our summer league team.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But so I want to continue that series. I'm gonna talk to Anthony D about that, maybe old school Knicks, but yeah,
You could even spin that off like who would have a hive from the 73 Knicks the most, like a guy that's not the most expected guy to have like a
you know
hive,
who
like
the
probably
most
Phil Jackson or something.
you know who the most disrespected Hive is right now?
Who?
Trevor Kills. Trevor Kills.
I'm
Trevor
probably
Kills
the
Hive
most
out there talking
I'm
about
probably the
he shoot
yeah
100% from the corner three.
I'm I'm probably the leader and the reason why it's the most disrespected because I
Oh,
often use him as a punchline,
Yes.
the
Ye-
guy from Indiana.
Yeah, Carmelo didn't have a hive, bro, which is odd.
which is he had a hive here for like a split second when he
That's-
first got here.
Yep. Yep.
And then it devolved into an anti-hive where people were like, "Melo, pass the ball.
Pass
Who
the
we going? Who we
ball.
going to pass it to?
Um,
Jared Jeffries?
Chris Smith.
You talking
Did
about
Melo
that
play with Jared
Indiana?
Jeffries? I feel like he did.
Yeah, he played with Jared
You talking
Jeffries.
Yeah,
about
he
the
did.
Indiana player, Freezie?
There's some
Which one,
dark,
Chris
there's
Smith?
some dark days. I don't think
Not
you know. I don't
Freeze.
think he knows Chris Smith. Chris Smith is Jared Smith's brother.
No, yeah, from University of Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just real quick, since we didn't talked about the Cleveland Cavaliers series and all of that stuff, just some late show fodder before we get out of here. I think the answer to our issue is Brandon Ingram.
Mm.
You won't be able to get. I think Jared.
I think the Brandon Ingram trail doesn't happen this summer, but next summer, if that
I
were to happen.
his value is so high right now. I don't know if the Knicks have enough to get him.
If he were to finish out this year playing like he was the first 60 games,
Yeah.
it would have
Then
been a
yeah,
lot easier. But
yeah,
when he's playing this level, like averaging 38 and 8
yeah.
with the three ball working, oh my God, when he's on fire, there's nothing you could do.
Right,
Legitimately, he's just gonna work you down, get to his spot, and shoot over you.
right. Do you think the Knicks can acquire Mikal Bridges?
No,
Untouchable,
No,
right?
we don't
first,
need him.
well, to be fair, like not even that. His contract is lovely for his production.
Yes,
He never misses games.
yes,
He plays defense.
yes.
He
And
potentially could be a 50-40-90 guy.
and he went
Potentially.
to Villanova.
Right. He checks all the boxes, but because he checks all those boxes and he's also in New York already, he is not getting like the Nets. The Memphis Grizzlies offered 4 firsts straight up for him, and they said no.
Yeah, because that's because the Grizzlies first suck.
Yeah, but our first is gonna suck if you got him.
Yeah, we offer more than that. We offered players.
I'm saying like yeah, exactly. Like our first would have been trash
We
and
we'd
players.
offered them all of the other teams first. We'd offered them Milwaukee, Washington, Detroit, and Dallas, and maybe Obi. You know what I'm saying? Something like that to get him. And we'd have kept all of our picks, and he would have fit right in the salary cap. And we could have resigned quickly and Josh Hart.
Yeah, but it's like the politics game,
The politics,
unfortunately.
yeah. Yeah.
If they were the Charlotte Nets, it would have happened at the deadline.
At the deadline. Yeah. Yeah. If it was Charlotte Nets, it would have happened at the trade deadline, right? Right. But I mean, for the most part, man, I mean, the only way I think the Knicks can even the things have to be now that I'm looking at the summer, bro, there's nothing we can do.
Ain't
Nah,
nobody available
We don't have
in the off season.
what movie you gonna make though? Like, there is a pathway for you to do something this off season with the little window that's open for the salary cap window open and you having all these draft picks. But at the same time, who can you go get?
who
That's
is
a small
actually?
forward wing player.
Yeah, Jalen Brown ain't going nowhere. He gonna get his max.
Do you do the OG Ananobi deal?
No,
No.
he doesn't push the needle further enough. Because you said you want to be a title contender, right?
Right, right.
He's not that guy.
Okay. Do you pursue a big fish? Can the
Just
Knicks pursue a big fish this offseason? I think they can.
oh yeah, with
No.
the assets for sure. But is it the perfect match that takes you over the top for a title? I don't know. Like it'd have to be like Paul George, right?
And you read my mind again.
You cannot count on Leon Rose unless you see if he can make a move.
I think the obvious way to go is Fournier, RJ, Obi, and draft picks for Paul George.
No, you don't need Paul George. He gets injured too much.
Right. Okay.
Well, what star doesn't
All
at
right.
this
Yeah, I
point?
was gonna say Josh Hart stays healthy. Would you rather have Josh Hart or Paul George?
It's like if you're a high end talent, you probably get hurt sometimes. It
Right.
just
And then do you
just
like
shit
Steph
happens.
Curry? Steph Curry stays hurt. Dame Lillard stays hurt. I mean,
Right. LeBron is starting to stay hurt.
yeah, LeBron stays hurt. Anthony
Luke
Davis, they call him street clothes.
Luka Doncic just plays 65 games every year. He's not
Yeah.
playing 75, 80.
Right. Right.
Ain't
I
nobody.
thought the answer was Jonathan Isaac, but clearly that's not the answer. Clearly, Jonathan Isaac is not who he once was.
He's not interested in basketball either, it seems. So
Yeah, that's odd
sucks.
too, because that dude had
The physical traits of a defensive god.
yes, yes. And dude could guard point guards. Dude could guard John Morant off the dribble.
This doesn't even make sense, but that's gonna be Jada McDaniels soon, but in more of a smaller package. But
Smaller package. Yeah, I don't know. Be ball for real. I don't know. It's just he had the
I
two.
don't see I like Freezie, yeah, I don't see the move happening this summer, and I think we can get more juice out of the squeeze if we waited next summer. From
Well,
what I
well,
from our assets.
right, but you already have Josh Hart on the books though next summer.
Hopefully he takes like a 3-1 for $60 million. That's my only hope.
Nah, he ain't doing that. Josh Hart getting the bag.
The bag?
Josh Hart gonna get like 21 mil. And I'm gonna be so mad I'm gonna jump
Who
out of a window.
20? Hey, look, man. If that
I'm
happened,
telling you,
hey, now how IQ gonna get his bag?
the Knicks don't keep me. Okay. Bro, I'm telling you, this Emmanuel Quickly story is something to keep an eye on.
Oh
I,
my God.
I don't think they
I'm
feeling
gonna be
him.
Freezy. I'm gonna be nauseous if we give Josh Hart 21 million. I'm not
That
even gonna lie to you.
bro, I don't know what it is about the Knicks and Quickly, but it just doesn't feel like they're feeling him, bro. Right? Like they feel RJ. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not feeling him like they feeling Grimes. Like they don't say nothing about Grimes, but you know you got a sense on how they feel about Grimes.
Do you, do you feel the front office signing RJ to a 3-year contract was a big mistake?
Nah, I don't think so.
They should have
Nah,
never resigned. They should have never extended RJ's contract.
and then do what? Just let it go?
They should have had him on the trade block.
Well, he was in the well.
Yeah, but since they extended his contract, now it's going to be hard to trade him.
Yeah, but he's making about 26 million, which compared to other second, third, and fourth options around it, it's in that range. You know what I'm saying of guys that I feel like you know what I'm saying because Kyle Kuzma is gonna get the bag.
Kyle Kuzma is going to make way more money than RJ Barrett.
Yep, yep,
And
and
he is not way more better than RJ Barrett. He is
no,
better, but he's also older.
yeah,
And
and the only reason why Kyle Kuzma looks the way he does is because he's sandwiched in between a unicorn and a scoring machine.
and a team with minimal pressure to perform. It's like
Right.
don't nobody care about the Washington Wizards, man. Not
Nobody
even
cares.
Washington Wizards fans.
Nobody even cares. Yeah, and Comega says Hart's gonna get 15 to 18. I don't, man. Look, man. I think this dude's gonna get the bag. Right. I think this dude's gonna you can be like Josh Hart, 19.5 mil. Cat's gonna be
JJ
so
is out
mad.
here. JJ is out here saying Kyle Kuzma is a $53 million player, and okay, okay, man. I don't know
53
what to say
mil?
because he said Kuzma deserves double what RJ got.
No. All right, no, he don't deserve
Yo,
double.
come on, man. We can't be using hyperbole like that, JJ. Come on. I know you don't
Nah.
like RJ, but come on.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to style of play. I think if you wedge Kyle Kuzma into what RJ does,
He would fit
aside from
better.
the 3-point shooting, I think you get about the same thing
Yeah, yeah.
because of
For
the
the
system
three,
Tibbs runs.
yeah, it's the 3 point shooting that would probably fit more. That's
Right.
about it. Is everything else? He's a mediocre passer, mediocre rebounder. Well, he can be a solid defender when engaged, but on the Wizards last year, he was not playing no defense.
No.
He was looking to get his buckets.
Right.
Um, he's a good player. Like I'm not even gonna
I think
dissect it to the
the
point where
I think the
say
Knicks should
he's
go
bad,
go
but
at
he's gonna make Tobias Harris money, basically. He's gonna get 35, 36.
Yeah.
And if that guy's eating like 30% of your cap, okay, I guess. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Right. Would you be interested in a Obi Toppin for Denny Avdija move?
I actually do like Denny Avdija, but I don't know if they would actually be interested in it. Like
I would do this. I
I,
would do that
I,
trade right
I,
now.
I feel like Denny has untapped potential, but he's like stuck behind four guys that want to get touches.
Yeah, and then they don't pass the ball. And he's playing the Euro style where you pass and you look for the ball back and it never comes.
Like you pass, you relocate, look for the ball,
Right.
not nothing. They just pass it to one of the three guys and they shoot it.
Yeah. 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 And on a bad basketball team. And Wes Unseld does coach, by the way. Wes Unseld's not a bad coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
he's a sneaky good defender.
yeah.
Denny, like
Denny is a
people say
sneaky
sneaky
good.
because he's white, so that's
Right.
why people say.
Right. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having him as a either starter at the three or a guy off the bench.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
a do it all wing.
A do it all wing.
Like his he's gonna be in the league for 10, 12 years just because.
Right.
Like
Right.
like on some Kyle Anderson type shit.
And you like, how does Kyle Anderson stay in the league?
He just
And
knows
mind
how
you,
to
he
play
from
basketball.
and mind you,
That's
he from my neighborhood too. Kyle Anderson's from my neighborhood. But yeah,
he's from
yeah,
Jersey City or
yeah,
from I
yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know he
Now
was
he
from
from
Jersey
my
City.
neighborhood, not just Jersey City. Jersey City's a big
So
place.
you probably know his family.
Yeah, well, I think we know about them, but
Oh, you
he's
know
like,
of them, but you're not close.
yeah,
But you know
yeah,
of
we
them.
ain't, yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, man. But yeah, man, I'm straight up thinking like, um,
The Wizards are dumb enough to do a trade like that too. By the way, so
For Obi?
yeah, they would give us a pick.
Who's their power forward right now? Porzingis?
Yeah, Porzingis.
They're
They
playing
run.
Gafford at the center, right?
Yeah, like, and then they downsize and then they run
Different
Denny.
lineups, right?
Then they run like Kuzma at the four or Denny at the 3-4 combination with KP at the five. You know what I'm saying? Things like
Yeah.
that.
They're creative. They're
Creatively bad.
yeah. Adam, is there a small forward that you like?
On what team?
1 second.
On,
Bear that 1 second.
okay. On any team that we could that the Knicks can trade for or acquire.
I don't know. I don't know any small forwards.
I like Jason Tatum.
Jason
I
who?
know Jason Tatum's a 4 in Boston, and Brown is at the 3, and all of that. But I like Tatum, and I know he's
I
not
like Tatum
attainable.
too.
I know he's not attainable, but I like him. And I know
But how
Jalen
long?
Brown is not obtainable, but I like him.
How long we have to wait before Tatum becomes a free agent?
I'm not for sure.
Like 4 years?
I don't know what his contract is like.
I'll tell you, 2032.
Oh
Yeah,
my
when
god.
he old and rusty.
Yeah,
I mean, in
Liam ain't gonna wait that
2032,
long.
he's gonna be like what 32, 33.
Yeah,
Probably still averaging 30 like Kevin Durant.
yeah, yeah.
Even at the age of 33, he could still ball. Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, like when you look at Tatum, he has some athleticism, but his game isn't predicated on it.
It's more skill now.
Yeah,
That's a long time,
Yeah,
man.
it's like dexterity and gliding to where he needs to get to go to.
in a mellow type of way, right?
Yeah,
Like scoring machine, the classic six
classic.
nine scoring machine, small forward, Alex English, all them guys, classic Dominique Wilkins. Not in the same way, but I'm talking about
Just
that
yeah,
prototype.
the archetype, just
Yeah,
the archetype. So it's like
yeah.
So you think Tatum won't be available until
Tatum,
9 years?
man,
He'll never be available.
Tatum will
Basically,
only be available if he wants to be available.
or
Like
if he injures himself.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
I don't
and
know.
even then, like his level of talent, it's like he has to want to be available because Durant injures himself all the time, and teams still
Yep.
he ha- he, he calls the shots and where he wants to go.
I,
Right.
I, would, I wouldn't be shocked if Tatum, gets traded from the
No,
Celtics.
no. If he gets traded,
In
it's because he
five
wants
six
to.
years down the road.
Well, that'll be because he wants to get traded.
That's true. But I don't see
Tatum calls
Tatum.
you. You don't call Tatum.
Right.
I don't know if Tatum wants to finish his career as a Celtic. But
What
we
are you
don't know.
basing that on?
Huh?
What are you basing that on?
What am I what?
What are you basing that on? That thought. Why do you think the way you think about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just speculating where does Tatum want to end his career at?
Hey,
Probably the
so
Laker, like Kobe.
yeah. Hey, so Dre, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag for the joint. Adam, you remember the I was like, yo, there's a small forward that the Knicks can get this summer.
Hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I'll let the cat out of the bag on this one. Just because what I'm saying, we probably have so much stuff to talk about, we'll never get back to it.
But you also were like, I don't know, like, you also like, I don't know. But you were thinking because you were writing it down what your thoughts were at the
Right.
time.
Should I let the cat out of the bag or should I wait? I mean, we can wait a month.
I mean, I'd like to know. You could
We
tell
I
can
me
want
off air.
y'all
I
wanna
want to know what player you're talking about, please.
I'm saying, but we can wait a month. I mean, the playoff. I mean, it's not gonna. We can wait till the Knicks. I mean, I mean, it's not a big
No.
deal.
You're assuming I
You,
can wait, Freezy. You
you
give me
want to
way more
tell
credit than I think.
you want to tell us that you have a feeling that the Knicks are gonna go and get somebody big. So tell us what player. Tell us what player that is.
I'll give you a hint. He's from the Midwest.
He's on a team in the Midwest.
That's not what I said.
He's from the Midwest.
He's from the Midwest. I don't know
Right.
no player from the Midwest.
Jason Tatum's from the Midwest.
Is he?
He's from St. Louis.
I assume that, but
Oh,
it's also like
oh,
a thing where
okay,
I don't know if he would actually be
but that's
available.
not the
That's why I wrote it
but that's
off.
not the but that's not the player you're talking about.
No, that's
That you
not the
feel the
player.
Knicks are gonna go after.
No, because you said give us a hint.
A player from the Midwest. I have no
Yeah.
clue what player you're
B-baller for
talking about.
real guess Devin Booker. Devin Booker is from Saginaw, Michigan.
Is that Midwest?
Oh,
I
Yep.
would love to see Devin Booker come to the Knicks.
Devin Booker is from Saginaw, Michigan. Yep.
oh, I forgot he's from Saginaw.
Yep.
I just didn't think it. That was so obvious too, because the CAA connections, Leon Rose, and all that other stuff. Like it was
But
right there,
Devin,
and I didn't think about it. I didn't.
but
Right.
Devin Booker, you're not talking about Devin Booker either.
So
But
so
but
so
that but that Durant deal kind of holds him in place.
yeah.
No, he's not
Yeah.
talking about Durant either.
No, 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 no. Adam, I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
I'm saying Durant going to the Phoenix Suns makes Devin Booker want to stay.
Lock in. Yeah.
If that
Oh,
deal never happened and they lost in like the second round or the first round,
Oh, I'm sorry. He's
he's
from Grand Rapids, Michigan, not Saginaw. Grand Rapids.
okay. Yeah, still in the Midwest.
Yeah. 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 So Adam, you got a guess?
a player from the Midwest. I have no clue. I'm telling you right now, I have no clue.
Okay. Okay.
Wait,
You
the
still
cat
don't want.
wasn't out the bag.
You
The
still
cat
don't want to
was.
spill the bean, right, Freezy?
Yeah. Who? Someone spill the beans?
Yeah, still spill the bean. Tell us what player
It's
you
nah.
think the Knicks are going to pick up.
It's a basketball show, bro. You would think smart basketball minds would narrow it down and find out.
I narrowed it down to LeBron,
It's a
You
and
see,
basketball show, bro.
I guess
I
I guess LeBron and Tatum earlier in prior shows, but then you were like you weren't gonna say it either way. So
okay,
Yeah,
Dre.
it's definitely not. Who's the second one you said?
Tatum or LeBron?
Yeah, definitely not them. For
Dre,
2020, for 2023, definitely not them this summer.
did you do what Freezy did? That he wrote down on the paper, and the name of the player popped up right away. Did you do exactly what Freezy did?
I didn't write it down, but I did it in my head.
Okay, do you know exactly what player Freezy's talking about?
If I did, I wouldn't be guessing.
Yeah, yeah. So
you
I
like
don't
think
have
you
about it.
I don't
usually
have a clue.
usually I do pick up what Freezy is dropping, but
And think about this. It's
I have
obvious
no
that the
clue.
player is way better than RJ Barrett because otherwise you wouldn't be looking to upgrade
is he a wing?
using
Do you
assets.
consider shooting guards wings?
I didn't, but let me hold on. Let me redo it then. Because I didn't, but based on the conversation you and I had the other day, maybe I should, right?
Mm, right.
Maybe I
Uh,
should because we may come up with a different answer,
all
right?
right.
Mm.
Freezy wants to play cat and mouse game,
All right. So if we include SGs, right?
but I don't have a clue what player he's talking about.
So if we include SGs, let's just assume that the shooting guards are going to be taller than 6'6".
Mm.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's got to be at least a 6'6" shooting guard, and they have to be available within the next 2 years, right? Wow, this is getting crazy already. All right. And they have to be better than RJ Barrett and Josh Hart put together.
Put together.
Okay. Wow, this is getting nuts. Now I got to do a little bit of. Let me give me a second to do a little bit more research because some names are coming up, and I just want to make sure. I want to see where. Wow.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. All right. So a Flint, Michigan guy just popped in. Okay.
Mm.
So a guy from Flint, Michigan just popped into the equation. He's a 6'6" guy. I don't know what position he plays.
Oh, Miles Bridges.
Golly, Dre, can you please let me Dre? Yeah, yeah. So you got so it is Miles Bridges. Okay. So it is Miles Bridges. Okay. That was one of the guys that just came in. I'm looking at I got the paper here, and I'm just like doing the equation. I need another piece of paper because I'm all over it.
So Miles Bridges is the guy you're talking about, please?
Okay, let me see.
No, it's the only one answer.
All right, so and how much cap space are the Knicks gonna have
This summer?
without? Well, yeah, because if you don't include,
Well,
if
it
you,
would have to be a trade, so money will be moving.
yeah, I understand, but I'm saying, but I'm trying to calculate how much
You can take on.
flexibility we have,
We'd be losing 14 million from Derrick Rose.
and how much is Josh Hart's
11 million this
11
year.
million, so that's 25 mil. Okay, 25 mil, and then we have the movable contracts of Fournier, which is 19 million
17.
next year.
Is it 19? Oh, it's
Yeah,
19. Okay.
next year is 19 mil.
So
So that's
44.
about 44 mil plus the annual raise of about 2 mil. So we're talking about $46 million. The Knicks have three of their own picks that they can move and four other picks, first round picks that they can move.
And it could be 4 picks total if they trade at the draft.
Right. Right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Why is this Grant person coming up? Is this Grant person a free agent?
Jeremy Grant?
He's a
Yeah,
free agent, right?
yeah, he's a free agent. He's gonna get paid.
Where's he from? He is from Portland, Oregon. Okay.
I was
Of
gonna
course,
say,
of course he's from Portland. His pops played in Portland.
yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say, but wait, didn't his pops play in Chicago? So he could have been in Chicago too.
No, no, his
Or
pops is
is it the
Harvey.
other? It's
Yeah,
the
it's
other
Harvey.
one.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Harvey Grant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Man. Okay. Wow. Man, this is intriguing, man.
Mm,
Okay. Adam, be patient with me, right?
he's
Just,
putting.
just
He's
be,
he's working his magic.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. What? Okay. All right. So, wow, there are a lot of guards up here, and a lot of this is okay. there are a lot of 6'6" candidates, bro.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm,
And so it's not Taylor Horton Tucker, and he's
no,
six
hell
four.
no.
It's 6'4"
Hell
anyway.
no. No. No, no, no. It's Freezy, it's Austin Reeves. I'm kidding. Completely kidding.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey Adam, I think I don't want to. I don't want to spill the beans completely. Did you, Adam? Did you put your guess out there so that we will know if you were right
I,
or
I,
wrong?
I'm not guessing anything because
So you would
I basically gave up.
okay.
I'd rather you just tell me the player that you think the front office is going to bring to New York so I can be part of this excitement.
I bet you do.
But you want to keep me guessing, go right ahead.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
But again, how much confidence do you have in Liam Rose picking up this player that you're thinking about in the offseason?
Okay.
That's the question.
So Dre, when
I,
you added, oh my bad, my bad. When Dre added that requirement, wow. When Dre added that,
It opened up the pool a little bit wider.
yeah. Now I'm all over the place.
so Jerry, you figure out the player of Freeze's.
Nah,
You
Freezy.
still not there?
Nah. Nah, I think Freezy is still like he's looking for a different player.
No, I'm opening it up so that I can at least okay, so I'll tell you the player that I had initially, right? So the player that I had initially, the Knicks going after this summer in the summer of 23 because they had the money, because the team that this player is on is in purgatory. You know what? I'll just do that. This player's team is in purgatory. So they're in that range of somewhere between 40 and 50 wins. They're in
Is
the
that
Eastern
perfect?
Conference. It's a wing player
From
from
the
the
Midwest.
Midwest. All
Jimmy
star.
But Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Yep. That's who it was. When I put it when I put it on here. Right.
No.
When I wrote it down the first time.
Did you see Jimmy
But
Butler leaving Miami to come to the Knicks?
yes.
I wouldn't mind having Jimmy Butler.
You know why, Adam? You know why? But because before you critique it, think about this. Is Jimmy Butler the type of player that's gonna stay with the team, any team, long term before he burn bridges and ruin what he got?
No.
Hmm.
Granted, there isn't too much to ruin over there.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy
They're
Butler
kind
was
of on the fritz right now.
yeah, and Jimmy Butler's contract fits. You don't have to give Miami much. Jimmy Butler's played for Tom Thibodeau before. He fits the need at small forward. He's what we wanted RJ Barrett to be. And in a trade with Miami, I think you can do the trade if you just absorb his salary. Get them out of salary cap hell so they can make other moves.
Mhm.
Right? Right? That's the reason why Jimmy
Hey,
Butler was a perfect fit.
man, Freezy, this is yeah, because 44 million. Jimmy Butler makes 45 next year.
Yeah.
But their contracts are downright atrocious.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
listen to this, Freezy. Jimmy Butler makes 45 next year. Bam makes 32. Kyle Lowry makes 29. Duncan Robinson makes 18. Tyler Hero makes 27.
And for that reason, you can throw at Miami a Obi Toppin Evan Fournier situation and maybe a first and some seconds. And what have you really given up for Jimmy Butler?
Junk.
not
Junk.
not much.
I don't believe Pat Riley would like. I think even though Pat Riley has been a very mediocre GM over the last
Two
nine
years.
years,
Okay.
no, even longer than that.
Okay. Okay.
Because you got to talk about he gave that Hassan Whiteside deal,
Oh, he did give the Hassan Whiteside deal.
that Tyler Johnson deal.
Oh, he did give the Tyler Johnson deal. Did he sign Matthew Dellavedova?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The James Johnson deal.
Oh, James Johnson is still in the league off that.
Mm,
Like he's he's given up some trash deals over the last decade since LeBron left. So 2014 and on, like some trash.
And Jackal says, I thought Butler was from Texas. He is from Texas. Like Texas, depending on where in Texas you are, you're either in West or Midwest. And where Jimmy Butler's from is considered Midwest.
Mhm. So you must be on East Texas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm going by like time zone stuff and all of that. So
Hmm.
and not to get too scientific, but if I'd have said West, y'all would have been thinking everything from New Mexico to Seattle, Washington. You know what I'm saying? Cats would have been like North Dakota. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So Jimmy Butler was a guy, and I think and based on how we can maneuver it, you don't have to give up nothing. You can
Say
give
that
up
again.
parts you weren't even going. You can give up. You can. You basically giving Miami stuff so they can retool around a young core,
Mhm.
right? Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and
What's that?
and some. You know, you giving them a first, probably the Washington Wizards first, and like two of those second round picks you were going to give up for um Josh Hart and maybe Obi and Evan Fournier. And the only reason why
mm,
you're giving up Obi is because Obi's do a contract extension and they can let Obi play out his contract and let him walk. Or you can re-sign Obi if you're Miami. Probably not. Or and at the same time, you can give them Evan Fournier, who next year you can terminate his team option and save salary cap space.
and what about Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose is coming off the books at the end of the summer anyway. We're not picking up his team option. Yeah,
You think Derrick Rose wants to go back to Chicago
I don't know. I don't even
and
care.
retire as a Bull? Because
I don't know.
he's probably
I
never gonna.
mean, I mean, Derrick
He's
Rose can
probably.
come. Derrick Rose can come get his veterans minimum if he wants.
That's it.
I don't. I don't think Derrick Rose is ever gonna play another game as a Knick.
And we would sign him last. We wouldn't even sign Derrick Rose
Signing
till
right
like
before
July.
training camp.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like after you totally fill out the roster, then you sign Derrick Rose last. But here's the thing, though, with having a Jimmy Butler, you're not keeping him here long term.
Yeah.
If you
I
get Jimmy
mean,
Butler,
even if you think about long term, he's not his brand of basketball is not going to last long, especially because he's getting up there in age. So
right?
like,
Yeah, but
I think he's 34, I believe.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
He
yeah.
only got
but
about
this
2 years. He only got 2 years of high level basketball left.
And then so you get them for years 2023, 24, and 24, 25, and then all that money's coming off the books, right? This is what is this? Did he just sign that contract extension, or is it 2 years old?
I think yeah, he signed a contract extension a few years ago. Let me look up his contract.
Okay,
yeah, but Freezy, you know what I'm gonna say, right?
yeah.
Adding Jimmy Butler to this roster is not going to make them a championship team.
Ooh, okay.
That's
Um,
yep,
here's the problem, Freezy.
yep.
Okay.
He makes 45 next year, 48 the year after that, and then he has a player option his year 36 season
Okay. For what?
for
50 mil?
52.
52. Okay.
And he, but
Guaranteed to
the
pick that up.
well, I don't know if it's guaranteed because remember, Chris Paul was in a situation like that, and a lot of times if they playing high level at 35, still
Right.
they gonna
Right.
drop that and try to get that extension for like an extra year, like a 2 and 1 type deal.
Either way, it'd be good for us because you only want Jimmy Butler for 2 years. And say in that third year, even if he does pick it up, if he doesn't, if he walk by, if he pick it up, okay, now you are what they call an asset because now you're an expiring contract.
But it's a $50 million. Well,
Y-
the cap space that 50 million won't hit
Yeah.
like Russ's 50 million.
No, no, it won't hit like Russ 50 million because Russ is a terrible player right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like 50 million in 2026 is like gonna be like 38 million right now or something. If I had to like guess.
Right. So you can fit him in. Jimmy Butler, for the most part, is a quality NBA veteran professional. Now, does he have some stuff going on with him? Yes.
Some
Right.
baggage.
Yeah. Right. Right. But here's the thing: do you wait 4 more years to for RJ Barrett to get to Jimmy Butler's level, or do
No,
you
Heck,
just go get Jimmy Butler?
heck.
you just get Jimmy Butler. If you want to attempt to punch a ticket to the finals, you go get Jimmy Butler.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers type move.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost
Except
almost identical because they kind of like eccentric, if you want to call it
weirdos.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like free, like crazy mentality. Like you know what I'm saying. But the thing with that though is notice you didn't sacrifice the future to go get Jimmy Butler, right?
You just sacrifice some money.
Yeah, sacrifice some money and some draft picks you probably won't even use.
Yeah.
And your starting lineup is Brunson, Grimes, Butler, Randall, Mitch, RJ off the bench, or RJ at the two, Grimes coming. However you want to do it, I don't care. Whoever your preference is, it don't make no difference to me. One of them dudes is coming off the bench, right? You still got quickly, you still got Hart, you still have most of your draft picks. You still
Mm.
got Hartenstein, you still got Sims, who probably Hartenstein and Sims will probably get contract extensions this summer, and then you still got Trevor Keels.
I don't think so. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, I
Trevor
mean,
Ki-
but whatever. I'm saying,
you were definitely joking with the Trevor Kills part, but I'll let you
yeah,
cook.
yeah. But ultimately, what I'm getting at is if you trade for Jimmy Butler, what do you really lose?
But some money that isn't our money. So
Obi and Fournier.
Obi and Fournier,
Yeah.
yeah, and Derrick Rose being on your roster.
Yeah, so you move Obi, so you won't have to give him the contract extension that you because ideally you don't want to give quickly Obi and Grimes the big rookie contract extensions.
It wouldn't
I
even be feasible anyway. Like,
right, yeah. So basically you're trading Obi Toppin for Jimmy Butler.
mm.
I
I
mean, in a
I
draft
think
pick,
I
knowing
think
knowing Miami, they'll turn that
you
draft pick
think
gold.
you yeah, like you think Pat Riley is would inflate his price a la Danny
No,
Ainge because it's the Knicks
no, I think they ready to move on from Jimmy Butler. I already saw too many Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler blow ups this year.
writings on the wall.
Yep, yep. All
Man,
these all these things, like all this, like for me to even consider even talking to y'all about Jimmy Butler, all this stuff has to be. The Knicks have to have the certain amount of cap space. This player has to fit. Blah 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 blah. All these things have to line up
Tibbs
perfectly.
still loves him to death, but I don't know if Jimmy Butler is a fan of the relationship still.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when you get Jimmy Butler and you talking to him, bro, you like, hey, Jimmy Butler, we bringing you here.
Is Jimmy Butler a Hall of Famer, Freezy?
No, but you bringing Jimmy Butler here. You bringing Jimmy Butler here to win. You like, hey, JB, when you get here, it's all about the chip, nothing else. Don't care. Don't care about anything. It's all about the chip.
But
It's the chip
yeah,
or else.
that's. I was gonna say like, it's the barrier of entry for Hall of Fame is a little bit easier for the basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say because Mo Cheeks is in the Hall of Fame. Mo Cheeks was a damn good player.
yeah.
So I mean, if Mo Cheeks is in,
Mo
I
Cheeks.
think
If we had Mo
Jimmy
Cheeks
Butler
right now,
could.
Jalen Brunson would be on the bench.
Damn.
Yep.
I mean, because Mo Cheeks was a two-way player ultimately.
Yep.
A,
Quickest
a
hands you
legit.
ever seen, bro.
He's Drew Holiday like
Nah,
ish. Not even.
nah, no. Drew
Well, I
Holiday.
mean, Drew Holiday's game is based on the modern game. Like,
Think about that level right below Isaiah Thomas. Think about that level right below
but like,
Steve Nash and John Stockton.
okay, because I was gonna say the way it's set up, and maybe his ceiling or his prime was like damn good because he only made like four All Star games, which is, I mean, accolades is accolades,
Right.
which is why I even brought Jimmy Butler into the conversation because Jimmy Butler's accolades, his rap sheet isn't that long, but
Right.
we know of his impact on the court, like what he does to impact winning on
Right.
a
But
grander scale.
Mo Cheeks. It's like asking if Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer. Right? Was Chauncey Billups really that good? When you look at his numbers, you're like Chauncey Billups wasn't nothing. When you look at his numbers,
Jimmy Butler's numbers better than Chauncey Billups' numbers.
no, I'm talking about Mo Cheeks and
Oh,
Chauncey
okay,
Billups.
okay, got you.
Right, Jimmy Butler. You got to compare. Is Jimmy Butler in the same category as Dominique Wilkins, Larry Bird? They all played small forward.
No, but that's kind of unfair because Larry Bird is
Why they
top 10 all time.
right? But they played small forward. They in the Hall of Fame. Right? I mean, yeah.
Mm,
It's Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler and LeBron both retired today, do you want both of them going in the Hall of Fame on the same day?
I mean, lesser players go in the Hall of Fame with Michael Jordan. That's not
Nah.
an indictment on Michael or how
Yeah,
great they are.
yeah. I mean, Christian Leighton is in the Hall of Fame, bro.
But that's what I mean. And
As
but
a
Christian,
college player
yeah,
and
is
with
the
the Dream
college
Team,
player. Yeah,
and with
college
the
player.
Dream
Yeah.
Team, yeah,
That's the international part. I think Jimmy
yeah,
Butler played internationally. I believe he did.
yeah. So yeah, in terms of what the Knicks get with the Jimmy Butler acquisition, off the rip,
He's a
off the rip.
mercenary.
Yep, you know you're getting defensive effort every night.
It's funny, like we'd probably employ him like Deadshot from Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
That's legitimately what
yeah.
he is.
Go get him, boss.
Deadshot.
Yeah,
He's Deadshot.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So think about it. Think about a team with Jimmy Butler and Josh Hart on it.
Toughness.
Yeah. Do you need a wing player after that? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler, R.J. Barrett, Josh Hart on the wings, and the backcourt is quickly Grimes and Brunson.
Hmm.
Right now, of course, you need a fourth guard and a fifth guard, right? And you'll go get a guy like Mike Conley or something. Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson or something.
Hmm.
Or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names. And
Or
then
or or Trevor Keels.
or Trevor Kills, bro. He's 6'5" now. Adam, he grew an inch since last summer. The Knicks have him listed at 6'5" now instead of 6'4".
Did he really?
Yep, yep.
He,
6'5", 221.
he for sure don't play that big.
No,
You know,
no.
it's funny. If he lost probably like 10 pounds, he probably had bunnies.
Yeah, 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 man.
Instead of running that rim grazer dunk package.
Barely right. Running start using up all your turbo. Just yeah, man.
You like that player that's on Indiana?
Which one is about it's 15
The,
players in Indiana.
what's his name? Hill.
No.
No.
Dude, every time, the last two games that
Buddy Buddy
they played
Hield
against
it.
the.
Buddy
Oh well,
Hield is Evan Fournier with a 10.
That's all.
no, he's way better than Fournier.
He's not way better than
He
Fournier.
knocked down like 8 threes against the Knicks in the two games that they faced the Knicks.
I don't know what.
What else does he do on the court?
I don't know, but that guy can shoot.
He really is 6'5". That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Freezy, he was a baby when he got to the league. What, 19?
Yeah.
This guy for the Knicks,
He
he's probably never gonna get playing time.
he saw the writing on the wall at Duke that he was not gonna play with that new class coming in. So he was
Yeah.
like, let me
And
just
then
go.
and then the new class wound up being terrible.
Maybe in trash.
Oh my
Sorry, wasn't
god.
really.
Yep. 6'5", 221, bro. That's
This
crazy.
guy's not a three
He's
point
big
shooter,
as
right?
hell.
Yeah.
He's not a 3-point shooter, right?
Well, he was supposed to, well, in high school he was a damn good shooter. And then he
Yeah.
got to college and it kind of
It just didn't happen. Just didn't click for him.
but it might have been like a thing where he just kept putting on weight and that screwed with his jumper.
Yeah,
Because
I
in
guess,
high school he was a fluid shooter. He could shoot off the dribble. He could
Because
do
he had
whatever he
right.
wanted.
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had space. Yeah.
But I
Nowadays.
guess Tibbs won't know what he's got unless he put him on the
But
floor.
to be absolutely honest, by the time Trevor Keels actually becomes an on-court factor, Tom Thibodeau will not be a coach in the
No,
NBA.
he ain't gonna be here. And I don't think Trevor Kills will be here either.
Right.
But
See,
Adam, so the
yeah,
2024 summer,
we have another player.
next summer, you have dudes from Chicago, Illinois, and St. Louis, Missouri in the equation, right?
And
The
The
what
actual
only
player?
Jason Tatum. Yeah.
And what
yeah.
you're talking about Tatum and who else?
And you got to do some of the work yourself.
Yeah, but Adam,
Oh,
you
here we
got
go.
Google just like us. Just
Yeah, yeah, you got to do some of the work
hey
yourself, bro.
Google Google Chicago players.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And then
man.
what?
That's it.
It's sort.
Chicago players from NBA players from Chicago.
Yeah,
You're not talking about DeRozan, are you?
No. NBA players from Chicago.
From the Chicago Bulls?
From the city of Chicago.
yeah.
Oh, NBA players from Chicago.
Oh, but when I sorted Freezy, I don't see anybody worth a damn from
Well,
Chicago recently, unless you're talking about Anthony Davis. Oh, or you are talking about Anthony Davis.
you the one that expanded the parameters. I didn't remember.
Right.
Like you said, is a does a forward count? Does a power forward count as a forward? And I was like, oh, jeez. And then you said, well, is a shooting guard a wing player? And then I'm like, a wing player is okay. All right, we'll open
You're
it
not
all up.
talking about you're not talking about Patrick Beverly, are you?
No, he was talking about Anthony Davis.
You looked at the first name on the list.
No, Patrick Beverly is
I
actually
sorted
number
it. I went on
three.
Real GM, then I sorted it by age, and then I scrolled down. I was like, all these players stink.
Yeah, all of them.
And then I saw Anthony Davis.
And it is crazy how many G leaguers you see on that list, right?
Yeah,
And so when I do it, I don't look for an area for a guy to be from. I look for guys that fit next summer's scenario.
timeline. Yeah, the
Yeah,
timeline.
like will the Knicks have the assets to get him?
Jesus.
Who would be available?
There's 47 players from Chicago.
Oh
Right.
yeah, Chicago's one of the biggest hubs of basketball talent in the
Yeah.
country.
Out of 47 players from Chicago, I don't have a clue what player Freezie's thinking about.
I said it. I said it. Adam is
Yeah.
it's Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Anthony didn't know.
Anthony Davis and yeah, he said Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum.
Do you think Anthony Davis and Tatum will come to the Knicks?
The
No,
Lakers are gonna
no,
blow it
no,
up at some point, though.
that's
So
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I did an equation and
Right.
some players fit in the equation, right?
And
I'm not
those did.
looking for a specific player. I have certain details. The Knicks are going to have a certain amount of cap space available if they don't do a
Right.
move this summer.
Right.
They'll have a certain number of assets available for next summer if they don't do anything this summer, right? And
Right.
then you look at, well, how much asset do we have, right? What player would be available? How much does that player make? Is he a free agent? How old is he?
Mm.
Is he a wing player that fits in between Brunson, Grimes, and Randall? All these things you got to take into account. You just can't just like throw out a name like Anthony Davis, and then Anthony Davis is not a small forward. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis not going to play the three for the Knicks.
Mm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to look at all these things. You know what I'm saying? Take all these things into account, right?
Con-
And then by the time 24 gets here, you can start looking at the people that came in the 21 draft. Now you can start looking at the Franz Wagners, the
Ooh.
Jonathan Kamingas, the Scotty Barneses.
I wonder
Are
what
they?
Jonathan Kaminga's extension is going to look like if they do extend him over there.
Yeah, I,
Probably not nothing crazy, but they pay him just off the potential.
right, because another person y'all didn't take into account in 24, the long shooting guard in Memphis, the young dude.
Ooh.
Shoot, long? You
Yeah,
talking about?
the 6'9" shooting guard they have. The dude from Stanford,
Oh,
I think.
Zaire?
Zaire Williams. Yeah,
He's been
Nah.
hurt. I forgot
he's
about
he,
He
him.
he
can't. He
he's
can't. He can't stay healthy that bad.
right, but when he can't stay hurt, right? But do you remember what he did to us? Let me go back. I'll tell you what he did to us in game one.
Anthony Davis's name is not on the list.
No, because
Freezie.
he. Hmm?
Not you, Freezie. Adam. He's from
Hmm?
Chicago. Anthony Davis is from Chicago.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's
Just
okay.
trust us on that. Just
He's
trust us
from
on
Chicago. He's from the Chicagoland area. You can bet that, bro.
Okay.
You know who else is on that list? Know who else is from Chicago that's not on that list?
that.
Who?
Who?
Cole Anthony.
I
No,
don't know
Cole
that part.
Anthony's from New York, right? His pops is from Chicago, right?
No, his pops is from New York. He may have grew up in Chicago. Well, no. Cole Anthony is from New York. My bad. I'm
O-
tripping. I'm tripping. Cole
Okay.
Anthony is definitely from New York, and he went to high school in New York.
Yeah, because Jalen Brunson was
Jalen
Illinois,
Brunson was
but
the one that grew up in Chicago area,
yeah.
but he moved around because basketball had him all over the place. So
Oh, Zaire Williams ain't do
Hmm.
nothing against us in that first game. That
it,
dude
it
scored
might
like
have
five.
been the year before as a rookie, probably, where he hit like some threes when he wasn't really. That whole year he was kind of struggling,
Right.
but he killed us.
Let me see. I'm gonna have to find. Let me look at his game log because he killed somebody that we were watching for some reason. Why is he not listed? Did he didn't play this year?
He's been hurt for a lot of the year.
Nah, he hadn't played this year,
Who?
bro.
Are you spelling his
Who?
name correctly? Because it's Zaire with a
Oh,
I
with the Z. Okay.
Ziaire. He,
No, he not up here.
he's definitely an actual player with actual stats. Unless you
Yeah,
show
he
me.
ain't. I'm looking at ESPN right now, bro. They don't have him listed.
Zaire Williams
Oh, there
actually
he is. There he is.
played
There
this
he.
year.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. I got it. I found
Yeah.
it.
When
He
he's in the
returned.
lineup, Knicks should.
He missed like 2 straight months, and then he came for the regular season finale.
It's ridiculous.
So he might be a secret weapon in terms of like defense that
He
they
put
might
up.
throw out there.
He put up 24 against OKC Sunday.
Regular
Yeah, but
season
OKC
finale.
was not playing anybody that game, and
Yeah.
like their rotation is already kind of suspect beyond their actual starters,
Right.
and so they went to sub G League at that point,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because they already remember Dallas tanked, so they had nothing to worry about.
So who was the small forward that you would like to have fit in that equation?
In 2024,
Yeah,
ideally Jason Tatum, right?
right. Ideally, Jason Tatum, right? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but he's not available.
I don't. Damn. Where do you think DeMar DeRozan is going when his contract's up?
Retirement.
What you think he's gonna retire? I think
Yeah.
he might turn into a six man for like a contending team or something at worst,
I
at
don't
least
think
for
he.
a year.
I don't think he's that type of guy, bro.
You don't think?
I think he's a head honcho type guy.
Yeah, I don't even think he's a ring chaser.
Yeah, he ain't no. I don't think so. Yeah, no. See,
Well, yeah, he.
the guys from LA are usually like more quiet dudes. Don't like the Paul Georges and the DeMar
Well,
DeRozans usually present themselves.
Harden's relatively quiet. He's just loud off the court.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Westbrook is the opposite of all of that, though.
yeah. He's the opposite of everything. He's Oppo man.
So,
Um, I think the move is this summer. I think Golden State trades those young guys this summer, bro,
Kaminga.
and Moody.
Yeah. Moody is all but gone. I don't think they're gonna. His contract is probably like 7, 8 million next year or something. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think they even want to deal with that because it's not even valuable to them. Because I feel like they want to give Draymond Green like a decent one amount of money. Because I see Draymond Green retiring a Warrior,
yeah. He is.
but they're not gonna pay him crazy. But they might give him like 20 million because he makes 27 this year.
Yeah,
So I feel like out of respect, they're not gonna let him drop below 20. But they
right,
really can't afford to give him whatever he thinks he wants to get.
right, or
So I
whatever he
think
thinks
like
he deserves. Yeah,
yeah, but I think they're just gonna compromise. Like you're aging. The same thing for Klay Thompson.
yeah,
They're gonna give him his respect contract, but they're not gonna give him even if he like because Klay Thompson leads the league in threes
yeah,
while
yeah.
not playing back to backs for the majority of the year.
Yeah. Is he a free agent this summer?
I think it's next summer.
Next summer, 24.
Yeah, it's
So,
Draymond this summer though.
so they'll probably run it back. I think they'll
Oh yeah,
give Dray. Do you think they'll give Draymond a 1 year adios contract?
I think they'll give Draymond a 3 year, $70 million contract.
Wow, 3 years, 3 more
Yeah,
years of that.
yeah.
I think Kaminga can do what Draymond do right now.
And what Draymond
Oh,
does requires a lot of. You just said he's a dumb player, didn't you?
Yeah,
He can't.
Kaminga.
He can't
Yeah,
do what
he can
Draymond
do the
does
no.
without
I'm
being
talking
a
about the
high
physical
IQ.
stuff, not think the game, not think. Yeah, yeah, no,
But then they're not winning basketball games if he's not thinking the game.
yeah, that's true.
Because if you allotting him 35 minutes of not thinking the game, they just gonna lose games.
They're just gonna lose. But he's an athlete though, bro.
It's yeah, he's an athlete and he has the right guys in his corner. He has Iguodala picking his brain.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't mind
I,
seeing
like
the
he's
Knicks.
he's 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 like 2 years away in my mind.
oh, easy. 2 years away.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Knicks go after Jordan Poole.
No.
No.
Jordan Poole can ball. He
Yeah,
can
he can
ball
ball.
and
He can
he can
ball,
ball
but his
and he can
highlights
shoot.
are high and his low lights are very low.
No.
What player
Yeah.
would you go after on the Golden State?
You want me to tell you want me to tell you the second guy on my equation for this year, this summer?
Go
Who?
ahead.
Andrew Wiggins.
Oh yeah,
Oh hell
but he
no.
already got his extension.
He
He
hasn't
already
played. He hasn't
But
played
it
for
but
like a
it but
couple
it
of
might
months.
it might. Now he's playing. He's gonna play that first game of the playoffs. So I don't.
yeah, he
He's
gonna play.
he's back.
Andrew Wiggins hasn't played for like God knows how long. He's been out of this basketball game for a while.
He's
Understand the
Eminem.
circumstances, anybody would have been out.
Yeah, those
Those type
if
circumstances.
yeah,
Yeah.
like when it came out, it's like you understand why.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's back. He's gonna play.
Yeah.
I mean, nah, Andrew Wiggins and the Knicks, nah. I don't see
You
it.
don't
But
want
he
to.
got it. He got his extension though. So,
Yeah, you
but
don't want a 6'7" wing player, hyper athlete that can knock down
Nah,
shots and prove he's clutch in the NBA Finals championship
and defender.
and defender.
nah.
and shut down Jason Tatum.
And dunk on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to
That
think
you,
Adam
dunk
you
was
like
think
the
that dunk was
Rangers.
you
nasty.
think
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins can shut down Tatum?
He did.
What? What?
What? You think
He he
Andrew Wiggins can shut down Tatum
he
He-
did last year.
on defense?
He did
Yeah, we
last
saw
year,
it.
Adam. It
Yeah, we
happened.
saw it. We
Yeah,
saw
but
it for we.
this year's a different ball game.
I mean,
Well, the only
sure.
time you can do it is when you get the opportunity.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
did it. He did it 11 months ago. So
Yeah,
no,
yeah, and
no,
he did it
10
for
months ago.
multiple games in a row, back to back to back to back. It's not like
Like
he had a lucky game like RJ did when Jason
like
Tatum
it
shot
was
seven
five. It
for
was
30.
5 games
Yeah,
straight. I think Tatum had a decent game one, and then after that it was
And
Knicks.
speaking of Tatum, I am looking forward to seeing the Celtics giving the Hawks a whipping.
I don't hate the Hawks, man. So
I don't hate the Hawks
I
either.
can't stand the Hawks. I
But
cannot stand
what
them.
is
I
Wiggins?
cannot wait to see the Celtics give them a spanking.
What is Wiggins' extension like? Is it
it's like 4 years,
egregious?
130, something like that.
4 years, 1/3. That's all.
4 years, 140, somewhere in that range.
That's nothing.
Yeah, he took a pay cut just to stay.
Yeah, yeah.
He's he's very underpaid.
That's nothing, bro.
Well, for what he did, he's very underpaid.
Just for peace of mind. He took that bread for peace of mind.
Yeah, it's like just to not have the spotlight on him, he could just play basketball
Just play
and not
basketball.
be viewed as a savior of a
Right.
franchise.
And he's good at that too, bro, by the way.
Yeah.
He's very good at that. Jordan Poole is their third highest paid player next year. Man, hey, they got Wiggins on the Randall contract, B. This dude making $24 million next year. They got him on a Randall contract, bro.
26, 28, like through his prime.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So Freezy, who's your summer player for 25?
I didn't think that far. I don't,
You're not going that far
Nah,
ahead.
that's
nah,
it's
yeah,
there's too many things that can happen. Matter of fact, there are all NBA players that are not in the league right now that might pop up at that point.
right,
So it's
right.
hard. Like
Or
a
that are
second year,
struggling in the playoffs as a young player. They'll be all NBA in 2 years.
yeah,
Anthony
there might
Edwards.
be there might be another Laurie Markkinen somewhere.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah.
guy that pops at year 4 or 5.
Can't
Just
think Obi is the new Laurie Markkinen.
oh god,
No,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't know if Obi is that guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if Leon Rose, Scott Perry, World Wide West, no longer in the Knicks office, and the Knicks bring in a new front office guy, and this guy goes out and bring in some key players that can make this Knicks team a championship team. Oh my gosh, can you imagine it?
shout out to Gi.
Because I don't see Liam Rose bringing any of the key players that I mentioned.
Yeah, man.
The name players that I
Like who?
mentioned.
Who did you mention?
Oh, you want me to name the players again?
Yep, that the Knicks can get all at one time. Not over like a 50-year period.
Well, the Knicks are not gonna Knicks can't get all of these guys, but if I was the GM of the Knicks in the front office, I would definitely go after Tatum, get Dame, get Steph Curry, get
We
yeah
playing
yeah
with
you can
we playing
yeah
with
you can
Monopoly
laugh.
money. Playing with Monopoly money,
Oh
Adam.
no, I will make sure this team has a big cap space to pick up these kind of players.
Well, then we won't even have any players on the roster.
Yeah. If you get three of them, you're not paying 14 other players.
Really,
Yep.
because you
Then
can't
you'd
have
have to be
just three players in the roster.
you'd have to be paying them my wages, man.
Yeah, you have to be paying them what I make like peanuts. They legit would be getting dry roasted peanuts on payday, like airplane peanuts. Not even the good peanuts. They'd be getting like airplane peanuts.
Oh God.
Frank Ntilikina, no. Frank Ntilikina stays far away from New York.
Who brought up Frank Ntilikina? I do not want to hear about that man's name ever again.
He is gonna start his modeling career. He
I think
probably modeling
Freezie.
right now. His
I,
season's
I,
over, right?
I think Freezie loved that guy, Frank
No,
Ntilikina.
I don't.
Frank Ntilikina going. If we talk about modeling, he's just gonna be one of those guys that has his head like his haircut at the barbershop. Like, let me get a number 12, and it's like Frank Ntilikina's head
Yeah.
to the side, and it's a fade.
Uncle Freezie loves Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I'll tell
That's
you who I do love though. I just real quick before I get out of here, I'm gonna go eat some Cocoa Puffs. Man, I walked by the Cocoa Puffs, bro. I
Cocoa
was like
Puffs
in
is
the
staring at you.
yeah, they were standing there like, hey, big dog. You know what
You
I'm
in the
saying?
move?
Yeah,
You in the move for cereal, Freezie, this morning?
no, not
No,
really.
Cocoa Puffs is in the mood for Freezy, so he got to
Yes,
make it happen.
yes.
Yeah,
And I
Cocoa
saw him
Puffs
in the
is a
store.
cereal.
And I saw him in the store. Y'all know what I do. I have a routine, right? Pear in the morning, right? Then it's straight to cucumbers, right? So I do the cucumbers, right? And then if I'm like feeling like I need something sweet and juicy, I do cucumbers and then a salad for lunch. Probably it's either a salad or a protein bowl, depending on which one. And depending on the type of protein, I don't do the meat stuff. I think meat inflames or whatever. That's a conversation we can have for vibes and stuff or whatever, man.
Hmm.
But um
No, because
protein.
you have to add some meat to your diet.
No, you don't. You don't
You can
have
get
to.
Yeah,
protein
you
by
do.
other ways.
You
Yeah.
can't
There's
you can't
other.
just you can't just eat salad every
Uh,
day
Hey,
without
you
meat or
know,
protein.
have you ever seen a cow eat? Did a cow eat other cows?
Nope.
No, cows eat grass, right?
They
Cows
are
have a plant
huge.
Why?
diet.
Because that's an animal, but a human being has
Yeah,
Where
I'm
needs to eat
we're
some meat.
Adam, you are an animal.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I'm
All
not.
right. All
human
right,
beings are animals.
bro. Either way, however you consider it, bro. You don't have to do meat. And then what I'm saying is, I don't choose to do it often. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like whatever y'all do, I don't care. That's y'all. Y'all live y'all life, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope all is well or whatever. What I'm saying
Okay.
is I try to do like a strict thing, and
Yeah.
occasionally I like do a rice bowl, like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, like a brown rice bowl, something with some protein. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you go to the gym and you work out, you do all this walking, cardio, and then I'm rehabbing also. You know what I'm saying? So I got to
Mm,
be able to bounce back and do it again the next day, right?
yeah.
And I'll probably have like a smoothie, and then for dinner I'll have like me a meal, right? Right, so I can get these trapezius muscles rocking and rolling, get them bear claws on the side, bro. I almost got bear claws on the side, bro. Almost,
No.
yeah, I almost got bear claws on the side. I can
Wow.
see them. I can. Bear claws is like you know the area outside your abs or whatever, and the things lined up going up your arms. I almost got them, bro. Almost, almost. It's a
Right there.
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
in that, but then at the same time, you know, you go in the store looking for your stuff, and then you see
Mm.
Cocoa Puffs, and then you're like, dog it. And then you walk in past, you grab the Cocoa Puffs, and you mad, and you walk into the thing to get the milk, and then you see Pringles. You're like, oh
That's your
snap! I didn't know they
that's your
made salt and vinegar Pringles. Yeah, did y'all know they made salt and vinegar Pringles?
Yeah.
salt and vinegar. That's
Well,
Yeah,
disgusting.
I've seen them. It comes in like a purplish container or something.
I
Or am I tripping?
Is that your favorite cereal, Fuji? Cocoa
what?
Puffs. Cocoa
No,
Puffs. No.
no, Raisin Bran. I try to like do
Oh,
a
Raisin
brand.
Bran.
I try to do a
Yeah.
brand cereal.
Yeah.
Something here lately. I'm trying to do like a brand cereal, something that's
Yeah.
at least kind of healthy with almond milk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Something kind of healthy. So But man, I grabbed Cocoa Puffs and they got Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks up here. Bro, I don't know when the last time I had Fruit Loops, bro. I ain't ate Fruit Loops in like 30 years.
Oh my god.
You like Fruit Loops, Adam?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh, nah, I ain't.
But my favorite cereal is cinnamon toast crunch.
Cinnamon Toast
What?
Crunch is a little too sweet for
S-
me.
No, if to be honest, it's only sweet in the beginning, but once that cereal's in the milk, all that stuff is washed off. The actual cereal, but the cinnamon and sugar is right in the milk.
Yeah, that milk is
The thing is not
like
that sweet.
regular milk? Is it almond milk or dairy milk?
I use 2%.
2% dairy milk?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. All that's all that is sugar, man. That thing will have my blood sugar sky high, bro. Yeah, man.
I have
Hey,
a
Coke Nigga
lot
said
of
salt and vinegar Pringles are fire. Bro, man, listen,
no salt and vinegar chips are nasty.
Adam, I ain't gonna lie.
I've never tasted it, but I can tell. I don't know. I don't
Then
know how
that how
people
you
eat
know it's
that.
nasty.
Yeah, yeah, how you know it's nasty.
I don't know how
But
people eat that.
the point I'm getting at is like, yo, it take me like the protein bowl will cost me like $14, right? And all that mess I just said costs under $14. The
Mm.
Pringles, the Cocoa Puff, and I'm talking about name brand too, by the way. Name brand stuff. I bought all that stuff for under $14. So I'm like, yo, how you supposed to be eating healthy when a protein bowl costs $14 and then I got a whole you know those hand baskets you get in the grocery store? I got a
Mhm.
whole hand basket full of stuff, Little Debbie cakes and M&M singles and all of that for under $14. How you supposed to stay Wiz, how you supposed to stay healthy if everything like the bad food is cheap and the good food is expensive?
That's how it's designed. It's the
Yeah.
treadmill.
That's the treadmill, bro. And then I get on the treadmill and treadmill make all that noise like bam, 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 bam. And I'm like treadmill. Okay, I know I'm overweight. I'm trying to get it down. But anyway, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here
You
so
get
we
on
can
that
all get some
machine.
rest. Huh?
You
All
get on
right,
that machine
peace.
overweighted. That machine get overheated.
Yeah, man. I work the hell out of it.
Treadmill.
It's not my job. It's not my
I,
fault.
yeah,
That's
I
it.
know.
That's that treadmill job, bro.
All
That's
right,
that treadmill
peace.
job.
Peace, God.
All right, y'all. All right,
All right,
y'all.
All right,
freeze.
y'all.
All right, later.